Welcome to those of you that are watching this video on demand. Today's date is Friday, January the 12th. The time is roughly 8:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. And we're about to be talking about some hot topics tonight here on Maddie's Rap Live. Okay. And there's my notification that I'm live. Should I click that? All right. Y'all know how I do it here. Most people that go live like to wait for people to jump into the room. Me, I just start talking. Why? Because who wants to watch a video that was live streamed where the content creator is just sitting there staring at the screen waiting for somebody to come in? You know? What's that song? I talk to myself because there is no one to talk to. Oh, we got two people in the room now. We got two people in the room. What's up? Welcome to those of you who are watching this video live. And welcome to those of you who are watching on demand. My name is Matt D. Talford. I am an award-winning Matt D. Talford. I might have some English teachers out there watching, okay? Matt D. Talford, and I'm an award-winning author, and I am about to go live talking about some pretty hot and trending topics, okay? Welcome to those of you who are watching this video live, and welcome to those of you who are watching on demand. Now, y'all know sometimes I have the shades on, sometimes I take them off. I've been up since about 4 this morning, and my eyes are pretty red, all right? And I'm sipping on some tea here. But you know how y'all do when somebody got brown liquid in a cup. Y'all, if I had the shades off and I'm sitting here sipping brown liquid, y'all probably think I got something in there that I ain't got in there, all right? I ain't got something I ain't got in there, all right? If it burns the throat going down, I don't want it in me, all right? Unless you mix it with some. No, I'm not. Do what you do. Do what you do. Okay. All right, let's get this party started, y'all. Y'all know I like to start off with a little bit of music. So, and this won't let this face on. There we go. Face Unlock doesn't like shades for whatever reason. But again, welcome to those of you who are watching on the live here, and welcome to those of you who are watching on demand. Matt D. Talford, award-winning author, a few award-winning books. Speaking of which, let me say this now, early on here. I got some hot books dropping here in the first quarter of this year. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned to my Instagram. Stay tuned to my my YouTube community board. And for those of you that follow me on my blog at www.mdtalford.com, if you haven't done so already, just hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. You will get notifications in your inbox when I publish a new article on my blog. I'll be getting back on there this year too. But let me go ahead and cue up some music here for y'all because y'all know how I like to start it. This one's the Little Jones Sisters, all right, from back in the day. Some of y'all might be too young to know this song, and some of y'all might know this one. I'm gonna break those of y'all in here off that know this song. Oh, I got a couple of comments there. What's up, Allie? And what's up, Lady Dagger Status? I'm so happy to have y'all here. We're gonna hit y'all with a little bit of this Nights Over Egypt here by the Jones Sisters, and then we're gonna get started on some hot topics because I know y'all are ready. I know y'all are ready to talk about these aliens that have decided that they wanted to vacay in Miami and hit up the mall, hit up the outdoor mall. I know y'all ready, all right? Well, we're going to start off with this nice little breakdown. Y'all watch how they break this down. Check this out, check this out, check this out. Watch this. You caught it, you caught it. Here we go. Just going to do a couple of bars of this. Y'all sing along, ladies. Fellas, too. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Appreciate y'all on a Friday night. Hanging out with Matt D. Talford. I love y'all, man. Tell y'all now, I'll tell y'all later. Star in the east on the pyramids at Giza. She ruled the world, queen of the night. Under the moonlight. Come on, y'all. Get in it. Nights over Egypt. Yeah. Nights over Egypt. Y'all know everything going back east, right? Y'all pay attention. What's up there, Maze Trex? Shalom, brother. Yeah. Been busy. Finally tuned in again. Hey, I've been busy too. That's why I haven't been on here. But we're gonna get it started with this Nights Over Egypt, all right? One more. Here we go. Watch how they break this down. My favorite part is that little resolution they do on the keyboard where they take it boom, boom, boom. Here come, y'all. Here come. Wait for it. Here come. Wait for it. What's up, Sandy? Here come. That's my favorite part of the song, y'all. That's my favorite part, all right? Let me turn this down, y'all. That's Nights Over Egypt by the Jones Sisters. Y'all check that out. All right, y'all. What's up, family? Welcome back. Welcome back for another episode of Maddie's Rap Live. I am so appreciative of having y'all here hanging out with me on a Friday night when you could be anywhere in the world or anywhere in your local city doing anything that you want. But the fact that you want to hang out with me tonight means all the world to me. So I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. All right. Shalom again to you, brother Maze Trex. All right. So let's get into this, y'all. Let's get into this because we got a little bit of ground to cover. And I don't want this to be a 2-hour live, y'all. Not tonight. I know, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me when I do go the 2-hour route. And a lot of y'all have hit me up and said, Matt, that did not feel like a 2-hour video. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the love y'all give me, okay? Now, because y'all getting it right back from me. Y'all already know that. So, what are we talking about tonight? We are talking about 2024, y'all. 2024 is already, let me, hang on. Okay, there we go. 2024, y'all, has already proven itself to be that year. This is one for the books. I said that in 2023. For those of y'all that were on that live about a month ago that I did on December the 3rd, y'all know I said this was going to be one for the ages. And so far, it has proven itself to be such, all right? What do we got so far, y'all, this year? All right, we're going to start off with a review of the 2024 predictions. I told y'all back on December the 3rd that a lot of stuff that's been done in the darkness for a long time was going to get brought to the light here under this 8-year energy, okay? Y'all can go back. I will put a link in the description box at the end of this video for those of you that are new to the channel and you did not or you have not seen the 2024 predictions video that I did 1 month ago. But so far, I'm hitting on all cylinders, all right? If I could have created a wager on this in Vegas, I could quit work right now. Because I'd have paid out already, man. They'd have been paying me out. Matter of fact, they'd have said, Matt, you can't come back here no more. We paying you, you're gonna run us out of business, all right? Listen, I told y'all back then that we were going to see a lot of people exposed in 2024 under that 8-year energy influence. 8, y'all know 8 is the number of infinity. Some people that study numerology call 8 a karmic number. They call it what karmic number? You know the shape of the letter 8. It stands for what goes. Wait, why don't y'all? I'm looking at the screen here, and I'm not right in front of the camera. Let me do that again. The 8's energy is the same as the infinity on the side. All right. A lot of people call 8 a karmic number under numerology. Why? Because they say it represents what goes around comes back around. All right. I told y'all on December the 3rd that people who've been at the top that have gotten there by ill-gotten means and people that have gained because of the work that other people laid down by ill-gotten means, they're going to lose it. The people sitting here up at the top that have got there unrighteously, they're going to the bottom. And people who are at the bottom that have been doing the right thing and planting the seeds and toiling and going through in spite of how hard it was, they're going to find themselves up at the top. That's already happening. I got a number of friends. I got a number of family members hitting me up saying, Matt, let me tell you about this blessing I got today. Matt, let me tell you about this that happened. I've had my own list of blessings already, y'all. And we're not even a full 2 weeks into calendar year 24. Okay. And I've been seeing it myself. So listen, I told y'all back then, if you are a life path 8, you are going to see manifestation, perhaps like you've never seen before. All right. So this year is one of the most powerful years that you will have seen your entire life to date. Okay. Now, what did we talk about? We talked about people getting exposed. There was a sister I saw, and I didn't download that video, y'all. I wished I had done it, but I don't have time tonight. I don't want to belabor this thing about looking for that video. But there was a sister that had done a prediction. I think she might be Nigerian. She did a prediction 2 years ago saying that TD Jakes was going to get brought to the forefront. He was going to get exposed for the things that he was doing in darkness. 2 years later, in 2024. And here we have that. Okay. Now that news is sort of that has sort of died down a little bit and given way to Katt Williams. Let's go right there. Let's go straight to Katt Williams. Okay. We're gonna leave TD Jakes. We're gonna file that to the side because I'm sure some more stuff is gonna come out with that. But y'all listen, if you don't know what happened, just look up TD Jakes and Puff Daddy or P Diddy or whatever, and you'll know what's happening over there. Okay. That's kind of, social media is funny because whatever's trending, the last thing that was trending, it gets pushed to the back burner. What's trending right now? This Katt Williams interview that he had on Club Shay Shay. For those of you who don't know what Club Shay Shay is, that is Shannon Sharp's podcast. All right. Shannon Sharp, the same one that's on sports. Skip. Now, Skip. I got to tell you, Skip. I know you like them Dallas Cowboys, Skip. I know you like them Dallas Cowboys, Skip, but let me tell you something, Skip. He's not doing first. He's not doing first take with Skip Bayless anymore. But then I'm kind of glad because I kind of got tired of all of that. Skip. No, Skip. I ain't gonna sit up here and let you tell that lie on the Skip. I ain't gonna do it, Skip. But that's Shannon Sharp, y'all. And he had that interview with Katt Williams, where Katt Williams just brought a straight no chaser. All right. He brought a straight no chaser. And y'all, I don't know why they go on these shows and like they'll have a bottle of some cognac or something there, and they giving you the same thing with the Kanye West interview last year, where he was dropping dimes on the people in his industry that needed dimes dropped on them. People called him crazy, whatever. They wanted to run that. But listen, they call alcohol truth serum for a reason. It's like when you sip in, you get a little bit, your guard comes down. You get a little bit less reserved and you speak the way you want to speak. But the thing that I liked about Katt Williams was that he held his composure. He wasn't drinking, he was sipping. Okay. And I watched Shannon. Shannon tried to, he tried to drink a little bit less than Katt Williams, but Katt Williams is very astute. And y'all know I like to see what type of energies people are. So as I'm watching this interview, I'll look up Katt Williams' birth chart. I find out he's a Virgo. Y'all ain't gonna typically catch no Virgo slipping. Y'all don't do it. You ain't gonna do it. If they got a Virgo sun, moon rising, a Virgo Mars, there's some other things that can offset a Virgo Mars, because I know some Mars and Virgo that they got some other placements in their chart that downplay the Virgo. But if you got a Virgo on the big three, the sun, moon, or rising, you ain't gonna catch them slipping not too fast. They stay astute. All right. They're listening to everything you say. Why? Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. It's the planet of the student. It is the planet of knowledge. They listen, they learn. That's anybody with major Virgo in their top three. They're going to be listening. So, and Virgos are very analytical. So if you watch that interview, he was analyzing everything that Skip. He was analyzing everything that Shannon was coming at him with, and he was breaking it down. And let me tell you what I loved about that interview, y'all. And then I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people missed on that. What a lot of people missed for getting caught up in the details. What he did was he simply came out and told what he saw as truth. Okay, I can't. It's difficult for me to call something the truth on a public platform because people like to take sides, and I'm not here for any polarizing whatever. I know there's people out there that like Kevin Hart. I know there's people out there that like Steve Harvey. I know that there are people out there that like all of the different comedians he was calling out. What's his name? Ricky Smiley or whatever. There are people that love these, Tyler Perry. There are people that love these people and ride hard for them. No pun intended on the ride hard thing. Y'all, all right. It's Friday, and this is tea. This is tea. For those of y'all that think it's not, this is tea, all right? If that were anything other than tea, I couldn't drink it that fast. Trust me, okay? Now, but I know there are people, I know those of y'all that ride hard for these other comedians, but listen, the truth is the truth. And the thing is, the people, I've looked at some of those response videos, and they have not been able to really refute anything that Katt Williams said. All they could do was try to attack or, do the character assassination thing, because that's what people do when you hit them. Listen, I've had people in my time try to come for me in various different venues or whatever when I pop them with the truth. And what do? They always try to come with some corny character assassination and all of this stuff and just silly stuff they want to, or insults, really, not character assassination. Because if you haven't done anything, nobody can assassinate your character. It is insults. You can always tell the mark of a guy who's losing an argument or a debate because he or she will then come with insults. Y'all keep that in your back pocket and pay attention. Pay attention. If you've never noticed it, I just told you. Keep that in your back pocket. Keep that in your toolkit. When you're coming with truth and somebody starts to insult you, you just hurt something. You struck a nerve. All right. You struck a nerve. Remember that. So let me tell you what you were missing for getting lost in the details with this Katt Williams thing. What did I say was going to happen in 2024? I said people were going to be getting exposed. Look at all these comedians he called out for stealing jokes. And he called out people whose jokes they stole, and those people came and validated it. Mark Curry, he did the same thing. He's like, you know what? Everything Katt said was right. Look, here's the receipts of Steve Harvey stealing my joke, stealing my Christmas joke, or a Halloween joke, or we didn't have nothing, so we put they put a box around us and said we're the UPS guy, whatever. All Katt did was tell the truth, y'all. But again, it's part of that 8-year energy of things being exposed. Things being exposed. What went around is coming back around now. If you got something by ill-gotten means, guess what? What does the scripture say? Nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. God sees everything. And here's the funny thing about the Most High, y'all. The Most High will let you run a long time thinking that you're getting away with something. But all you're doing is digging a deeper hole for yourself, right? Let me read some comments before I move on to the next thing. So the thing that you missed, I'm getting aside. Let me finish this point. The thing that a lot of people are missing with the Katt Williams interview for getting lost in the details is a lot of prophecy is being fulfilled. And that video, that interview was the evidence. Here's another huge thing that is prophetic that took place in that interview, and we've lost it, or we missed it. Is it not written that the first shall be last and the last shall be first? Look at the numbers that last time I checked today, that video, which was done about a week ago, is up to 45 million views. 45 million views. That puts Shannon Sharp right up here with the Joe Rogans of the world. Right up there with the Joe Rogans of the world, okay? That interview also, I said, listen, shout out to my man over at why is it escaping me? Chucking and Jiving TV. Shout out to my man over at Chucking and Jiving TV. He dropped a video a couple days ago talking about how DJ Vlad is mad. DJ Vlad is big mad that Shannon is putting up bigger numbers than him right now. And Vlad been out there for a minute. But what did I write about the culture vulture? See, the difference is now the Most High is snatching all of that fuel that the culture vultures were using before. He bringing everything back home. What did the scripture say? And I'm not going to get too heavy in scripture tonight, y'all. I just wanted to rap with y'all. He said, in those days, I will call again the captivity of Israel and Judah. So I guess we finding out now as this prophecy unfolds who Israel and who Judah is. Who Israel and who Judah is. Not who it said it is, who it is. This is part of that 2024, that year 8 exposure that's happening. We're beginning to see. Y'all go back and watch that video I dropped on 12/22. Go through my channel and watch that video I dropped on 12/22. It had a very powerful prayer and activation in it. And we're seeing that come to fruition. I don't want to get into that. Y'all go watch that one. But here it is. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. We're seeing those that were the last for so long now coming to the forefront. In those days, I will call again the captivity of Judah and Israel. It's calling it back. Time's up, y'all. Time's up. Time is up. This year is one for the ages. We're gonna see a lot of stuff turn around. That which was down is coming up, and that which was up but was low vibrational is going down. If you've been down but you were high vibrational, you coming up. If you were up but you've been low vibrational, you're going down. It's that paradox. Now, if you've been down but you were low vibrational, you staying down. And if you've been up but you were high vibrational, you staying up. There's no reason to come back down. You're doing the right thing. You stay high vibrational. And I'm going to talk about vibrations in a minute. So that's it on the Katt Williams. I didn't want this to be a deep dive on Katt Williams. For those of y'all who have not seen it, just do a search on the Katt Williams Club Shay Shay interview. It's almost 3 hours. I watched the whole thing. It was it got slow in a couple of parts, but the thing I liked about it again was and here's something else, y'all. Let me say this real quick before I get off of that. Katt Williams, all throughout that interview, acknowledged his relationship with the Most High God. He acknowledged his relationship with the universal I am presence. All right. So you see how, regardless of what you are going through in your life, if you cultivate and keep alive that relationship with the universal I am presence. Notice where I'm pointing first. Okay, notice where I'm pointing first. With the universal I am presence, Luke 17 and 22 through 21 said, the kingdom of God is within you. All right. When you cultivate that and stay with it, you can't do nothing but be blessed. You can't do nothing but be protected. He was protected his whole time. Let me keep this thing moving, okay? Let me keep it moving. Let me look at some comments here because I got quite a few here, all right? Because I'm be hitting y'all up and I want y'all opinion on some stuff here. All right, Lady Dagger Status, she got the laugh emoji there. She said he's been doing a great job, especially with Ocho too. Yes, yes. Throw those V's up. Yeah, said throw those V's up. That's right. Definitely true. Virgos live and speak our truths. Ia must be a Virgo, y'all. That's why she said throw them V's up. You know what? I love my Virgos. Virgo's hard on you too, though, man. And it's coming from another Earth sign. I'm a Capricorn, and Virgos and Capricorn. I don't know anybody that works harder than a Virgo and a Capricorn. Them two. I would even say that in the short run, let me call Virgos sprinters and Capricorns distance runners. All right. Virgos can probably get more done than a Capricorn in a shorter amount of time, but over the long haul, the Capricorn going, they're gonna walk them down. So that's, not, I'm a Capricorn, but I gave it up to the Virgos. Short term, y'all could work circles around any other sign out there, but long term, ain't nobody putting it down like a Cap. All right. So anyway, yeah, I love my Virgos, but man, y'all got to give us a break sometime. All right. Y'all be pulling out that measuring stick. Y'all white glove inspect everything, man. I mean, can we get a regular inspection? Virgo's white glove inspecting everything, y'all. Y'all hard, man. Y'all hard, but we love y'all. Y'all love hard too. Y'all just do it differently, all right? So she said Virgos live and speak our truths. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Look at some of the top Virgos out there. You had Kobe Bryant was a Virgo. I didn't know I just learned the other day Dave Chappelle's a Virgo. Dave Chappelle's another one that ain't got no problem just telling it like it is. To here, my two favorite comedians, I find out both of them are Virgos. Michael Jackson was a Virgo. Some of these top people out here are Virgos. They get it done. Sandy said Vlad is a plant. Of course he is, Sandy. Of course he is. Listen, Vlad was exposed by I know this name triggers algorithms, so I won't say the whole name, but I'll spell it. RON space DALTON Jr. All right. He exposed Vlad some time ago. He told you who he was before anybody knew who he was, But Jeremiah 30 and 8, y'all. Jeremiah 30. I said I wasn't going to do no scripture. I got to pull this one up, y'all. I got to because this is the time we in right now. This is the time we in. And if you're scared to tell the truth, go sit in the back. Move to the back. I used to sing in community choirs. I used to do civic ensembles of community choirs. And the people who didn't learn their music, they used to have to go to the back. Because did nobody, that director, she did not want to see them people on the front talking about watermelon, and just moving their mouths because they didn't know the lyrics. You always knew who learned their parts because they were supposed to be standing over here, but they in the back. They in the back, can't nobody see them because they ain't, they learn the end of the song and then be smiling. Like they knew the whole song and everybody applauded. Be like, go sit down, man. You know your music. Anyway. But nah, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. If you scared to tell the truth, then go sit down. I'm gonna bring this up real quick because we got to see this, y'all. Because I told y'all I've been preaching this not preaching because I'm not a preacher, but I've been beating the drum of identification for a while. I haven't beat it hard, but I've been beating the drum of identification for a while. Y'all watch this right here, Jeremiah 30 and 8. Because y'all know what I do over here on Maddie's Rap. Y'all know what I do already. All right, here we go. Read that out loud, then I'm going to go back to the comments. Jeremiah 30 and 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, which day? I think that day is knocking on the door. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Do I need to break that down any further? I think y'all have heard me break that down for a while now. Those bonds are being bursted right now. And strangers, what does it mean when it says stranger? A stranger in this context means someone who is not you. that came and made you do some stuff that perhaps you didn't want to do, and they're making money off of you. They're making more money off of you than you getting off yourself, and you doing all of the work. So he said, in those days, I will burst thy bonds and break the yoke off his neck, and strangers will serve themselves no more of him. That's what's happening now. Katt don't want to talk to DJ Vlad. So DJ Vlad is big mad. Let me read some more comments, y'all. She said, Lady Daggerstad said, Bernie's daughter was on the Baby Girl show telling her truths on it too. You know what? I saw that. I saw a little bit of what she was saying there. And I didn't know what to think of it, to be honest. I mean, she had to tell her side of it. So that Katt interview upset a lot of people. It upset a lot of people, but yeah. I don't want to touch that too much. I loved Bernie. Bernie was a real one too. I thought that what he said about, Bernie was a little bit shocking, but listen, you can't put anything past anybody when there's major money involved and you're contracted under somebody else. That's why, to the degree that you can, it is best to be solo if you can. It is best to be independent to the degree that you can, because you own the entire process from end to end. You own or control the entire process from end to end. When you're underneath somebody else and they're paying you, you gotta be careful. But hey, Jeremiah 30:8, that season is over. The season's over. Let's keep going. She said, Vlad is a plant. That interview opened my eyes, said Tora Girl. This guy was speaking high level. He sure was. Highly intelligent too. And I just loved how he was sharing his past, and it just transparently, just saying, hey, listen, but y'all, I say this all the time. That goes to show you that you come here on assignment. You come to this planet on assignment. You come here with a mission to do something. He figured out at a young age that he could not stay at home. The fact that he said that he looked at the Messiah who left home at the age of 12 and began learning what he learned, and began, of course, there's that missing 18 years per se, but there's some documentaries out there that attempt to cover that missing 18 years and where he was and that sort of thing. One of them is Jesus in India. I think you can watch that on Amazon. I watched about 3/4 of it. I got to go back and finish it. Y'all know how we do with these shows. We go back and just finish it when you do. But anyway, the fact that he was saying that I don't know where I'm going to go, but I know staying here ain't it. That showed a lot of courage at that age. That showed a lot of courage. So I got nothing but respect for Katt Williams. He's one of my favorite comedians. Whenever he's in town, or if he's 2, 3, 4 towns over, or whatever, and I can get to him in a half a day's drive, whatever, I'll go. Well, maybe not a half a day's drive, but maybe a quarter a day. No more than I say half a day. When I say half a day, I'm thinking 12 hours. So I really meant a quarter of a day. So maybe an eighth of a day. If I got to drive longer than 3 hours, I'm not going to do it. But if he's in a local town or no more than 3 hours away and I want to go see him, I'm there. I just love the way he does his comedy. Some people are like, I got people say, I don't like Katt. He curses too much. Dave Chappelle curses too much. Let me say this, y'all. And I've noticed this the more mature I've gotten. I don't like to say old because I don't even put that spell on myself, because people don't know what my age is unless I tell them. When I tell them, they're shocked. So as I've matured, what I've learned is that there are realer people out there that cuss like sailors, but they real more so than other people. You got people say, hallelujah, hallelujah, bless the Lord, yes, God, hallelujah. And they crooked as whatever. I can't do it tonight. But crooked as you know what, all right? Case in point, the guy I mentioned him when I started this, okay? You would never have known what you know now, but that 8-year energy is coming out. It's coming out. And this is just January. Y'all, they ain't even January 14th yet. We're not even 2 full weeks into calendar year 2024. This stuff is happening, man. It's going to be scary to see what it's going to look like just 1 quarter into this year. So I'm here to tell y'all, man, everybody walking around talking about hallelujah, bless the Lord, ain't good. And everybody walking around here saying, these moms, man, they ain't bad. All right? What did the scripture say? The scripture said you'll know a tree by the fruits it bears, not by its bark. What's coming out of the mouth sometimes is the bark. That's the bark. What's the fruit? The fruit is the work. How do they show up? All right? Let me keep this moving. That interview opened my eyes. This guy was speaking at a high level. Yup, got that one. That prediction was on the ball. Appreciate that, Torb girl. Thank you so much. And Ia said, Caps truly work harder. All right, y'all, let's move on to the next topic here. Miami. Miami alien shopping spree. Y'all hit me up in the comments right now before I show these videos. How many of y'all have seen, put a thumbs up in the chat if you have seen or heard anything about what was not reported to have happened in Miami. When I say not reported, the mainstream didn't pick it up. This was social media. So y'all put in the comments if you've heard about what was allegedly seen in Miami. Throw a thumbs up in there. I'll be the first. Where's my thumbs up in here, y'all? Okay, there we go. Boom. Right there. Okay, I got one thumbs up there. That's enough for me. 2 thumbs up. Yo, listen, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all some videos that I curated leading into this live, and then y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna give you what I think is going on, but let me start by showing y'all some of these videos. Okay, let me pop them open here. Alien shopping spree. Which one do I want to start with? Let's start with this one right here. Y'all know I said that kind of tongue-in-cheek alien shopping spree, like they at the mall. Like what they coming to hit the Louis Vuitton store, the aliens. Y'all, listen, I'm poking fun, but I mean, what else you gonna do? What else you gonna do? All right, let's start with this one. All right, let me make sure I got this on the screen here, because y'all know I got a bad habit sometimes of hitting play and y'all can't see it. All right, let me turn this thing to Omni so y'all can hear everything on here. Let me see. Oh, that should be good enough right there. Y'all, I should have this thing memorized where everything is, y'all. But you know how you do. Listen, later this year, my equipment's gonna look a lot different. All right, here we go.
Miami. Okay, so a few nights ago, over 50 cops and helicopters were called over in a shopping mall area in Miami, Florida. Why were there so many cops? This is just rumors and witness reports that there were 7 to 10 feet tall creatures and beings running around the shopping area and attacking people. Now, the other report is there was a few gangs fighting amongst the shopping area and teenagers running around fighting each other with sticks and stuff. So you're telling me that many cops and helicopters came for a little teenage gang fight? And why were there so many flight delays in Miami that day? All of this wasn't even being reported by the media and covered up by that whole Epstein list.
All right, that's number 1. That's Exhibit A. Let's go to Exhibit B. Go to Exhibit B, y'all. I'm loving this. Let me see if this is the one. All right, let's see. Let's go to Exhibit B. We'll run this thing like a trial over here. Let's go with Exhibit B. Here we go.
Miami does not have aliens running around a mall, but what was actually happening?
Now, this is a contrasting opinion. This is contrasting. I like to do that where applicable. I like to show you 2 different sides of an argument, and then we try to do some discourse about it. So let's do that. Here we go.
Just be even. Miami does not have aliens running around a mall, but what was actually happening might just be even weirder. The alien story originated from a user on X who highlighted a weird-looking shadow in between cop cars. Other people saw his video and believed it because it was weird how there were so many police cars in the area. In total, there was about 300 officers and 70 vehicles. The reality, however, is that the city responded that way because they believed something horrible was happening at the mall. It started out with a bunch of kids playing around with fireworks inside the mall, making a lot of sounds that sounded to mall customers like gunshots. The multiple people setting off multiple fireworks all over the place gave the illusion that the mall was under a coordinated attack by multiple individuals. Officers were ready to get into major gunfights with multiple individuals who were armed. That's why we see the cop cars lining up in a formation that spanned the width of the mall and would give officers cover in the event of a shootout.
All right. Let's go to Exhibit C here. Let's go to Exhibit C. Sandy said, I'm with you on that one, Sandy. Let's go to Exhibit C. Get his mic out the way, man, so I can see. No pun intended. I said Exhibit C. Anyway, here we go. Let's move you over here. Let's bring you back here. And let's go right over here. All right, let's go.
I'm sure you've heard there was a crazy situation in Miami, like interdimensional beings crazy. Well, Moab 2597 on X has a pretty intense eyewitness account, supposed eyewitness account. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I highly recommend that you guys go over there and read it for yourself. I was at the Miami Mall yesterday and the government is lying. There were no kids fighting. Everyone started panicking because these gray creatures were walking around. They didn't make any noises or sounds, but stared and watched you move. I tried to take a video, but every time I would try to, it would just bug out. They set a perimeter and wouldn't let anybody out or in unless they went through their photos. We were visited by aliens and the government is covering it up. They were about 6 to 7 feet tall and walked very slowly. They could turn their head around completely and it seemed like they could change forms. Like they didn't have any bones and could bend their body in whatever way. No fingers or feet, just arms and legs. They could also seemingly teleport. They weren't walking around normally, but instead disappearing and then quickly reappearing somewhere else. Here's the main thing that stood out to me. Everyone is asking where the photo and video evidence is of the beings, but where is the photo and video evidence of the fight? I found it very interesting that this witness account said that the phones would glitch out when they tried to capture anything. There are actually several other accounts that say the same thing. This resonated with me because I've had a lot of paranormal encounters in my life, and almost every time I've tried to capture them, it would be blurry, the phone would glitch out, it would randomly die, a couple times the screen even cracked. So I personally believe that reasoning, but I also believe this is 2024. There is not a fight that happens that there isn't video evidence of.
She kind of got a point, y'all. She kind of got a point on that one. She kind of has a point. I mean, you know, look, it started with World Star Hip Hop back in the day, right? World Star! Everybody throwing up their phone. I mean, it's hard to get a fight on social media, right? I mean, and somebody, oh, there was a fight over here, and then nobody's got like the footage, like where's the receipts? So anyway, let's do one more video here, y'all. One more. Exhibit D. Here we go. This one was pretty interesting. Here we go.
So with the Miami Mall incident, it was said that there was a portal that was opened in the mall, that people had seen it. You can see it here on the screen, and that obviously this is where the aliens had come out of. I had just found this tweet here today that says, Miami aliens incident, Antarctic base. They put the coordinates in backwards. Please try it and write where it takes you. So when you open up a portal, you have to have coordinates of where you want to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go onto Google Earth here today, and we're going to look up the Bayside Marketplace. I'm already on it here, but I'm going to type it in again here for you guys. So you can see that this is where it takes us, the Bayside Marketplace on the screen here. All right, so I'm going to right click on the coordinates here. We're going to copy this. Then we're going to paste it over here. So what we're going to do right here, it says north and west. So we've got 25, 46, 42. So on the girl's tweet here, right here. So here's the tweet in the comments here. It says 25, 46, 42 west. So we're going to change that from north to west. And we've got 80, 11, 12 west. We're going to change it. And she's got 80, 11, 12 south. So let's change the west to south. We're going to hit enter. Now it's going to take us, look, you can already see it's taking us to the bottom here. So we're going to zoom out. Oh, Lordy Lord. Look at this. Look at that. This is the Antarctic Circle here in the south. How can we confirm that we're in the south here? Because if we take a look here, here's Argentina over here. Here we've got Africa over here. And here we have actually New Zealand. So this is in the south here. So it seems like Gary did a bad job. He did a bad job in putting the wrong coordinates. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
All right, y'all. Hit me with some comments, y'all. Hit me with some comments, okay? Because Sandy says, well, portals exist. The what does it say? The blame has shifted. Listen, I agree with you 100% that portals do exist. You cannot convince me that they do not exist. You cannot convince me that they do not exist, okay? Listen, when you go to sleep at night and you dream, you're actually being transported to a different realm. Like you're actually alive in another realm. People think that dreams are just these phenomena that happen. No, you're actually traveling, going somewhere. This is why you can sleep. Let's say, for example, you go to bed at 10 o'clock and you wake up at 6. All right. I don't know anybody that does that. But anyway, let's say you go to bed at 10 and you wake up at 6. You've slept 8 hours. But I know a lot of people, and I'm one of them, where you can sleep, but you wake up tired. Like you just like you weren't even, you feel like, okay, I got some good sleep until you stand up and put your feet on the floor. And then you're like, why am I tired? I just got out of bed. You know what I mean? So you're traveling. Anyway, that's just another type of portal. So I do agree that portals exist, but let me go back up to the top here. Mace Trek said definitely suspicious. Yes. Sharon Yasharel said aliens. Sandy said, Mace Trek said Antarctica. Portals exist. Tour Girl said it's funny because this evening on TV, they had someone talking about UFOs. They were interviewing 2 guys that saw the UFO in the Air Force. It's resurfacing again. I don't know if y'all saw the video I put on my channel a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, with just the cell phone footage I picked up of what was clearly an unidentified flying object. All right. Maybe I'll put that up. Let me see if I can put that up on the screen right now, y'all. Let me see if I can show y'all that. Let's see, because I got it in here. Give me 1 second. Let's go to videos. Hang on here. Videos, albums. Oh, let's see. Hang on a second. Videos. There it is. All right, let me share this to the screen over here, y'all. Give me 1 sec. All right. CERN creating portals. Yo, this CERN thing is interesting. I'm gonna come back to that. Let me show this video. Could it be the CERN in Switzerland? Tour Girl said, yep, I believe we leave our bodies when we sleep. Yes, we do. Oh, Sandy said, yes. CERN. Let me come back to that. Let me share this video really quick. This is my footage I captured, y'all. I want y'all to see this real quick. Hang on just a minute. All right, here we go. Look at it. Watch it. Spinning backwards. That is not an airplane. This is the original, so no captions on it or anything like that. Watch this maneuver right here. Watch it dive. Oh, look at that. Dove, flew backwards, did a complete zigzag, and then continued straight. That's not a human crafted vehicle. It's not a human piloted vehicle. I'm gonna go back to that one more time. I want y'all to see that maneuver. Okay, here we go. And for those of you that didn't see the video, one of the things I mentioned in that video is that when I saw it before it got to that tree line, it was like, if you guys can see my mouse right here where I'm circling, it was like way back there. And before I went outside that night to the front yard, something told me, y'all know how we do. Something said, Matt, get your camera and take it outside with you. Get your camera, get your phone, take it outside with you. I was like, nah, I don't need that. I'm just going to go check the mailbox or whatever. I'm coming right back in. And then I go out and I look up, and then immediately I see this, and I'm like, that is why the spirit told me to get my phone. I'm like, man. So I'm standing there, y'all, staring at it, and I'm like, oh man, if I run back in the house, but at the speed at which it was moving, it would have been well behind the tree line. And I'm like, man, I won't be able to catch it. But I said, you know what? Nothing beats a failure but a try. Let me run back in the house and get it. Y'all, when I came back and started recording right here, I'm here to tell you that it's like this vehicle slowed down to let me go and get my phone. I cannot make that up. It slowed down so that I could go and get my phone. And that's when I started recording right there. And as you see, I'm just going to play it one more time. Let it go through. Look at it. It's spinning. It's spinning this way. It's spinning this way. So it's like it's going to the right, but spinning to the left. The light is spinning. And it was changing colors like the chakras in our body. Now watch it. Watch it. It's going. It's going. It's going. Watch it. It's going right. It dives. It zigzags back left, back right, and then straightens out. You can't do that in a plane. No plane, no helicopter, no flying vehicle in the arsenal can move that quickly and change directions that quickly. And that is coherent with what I've heard some of these, you see these videos where the Air Force pilots are like, what is that thing? Like, there is nothing in Earth-based avionics that can move like that. So anyway, let's see. One was taken down in South Carolina last year. That was that balloon. That, you know what? H. Basley, that was the balloon. That was that weather balloon thing. I didn't hear of any UFO being taken, like any flying machine. That so-called weather balloon was taken down, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. Yes, balloons are man-made, and that was flying at a predictable trajectory. It wasn't changing directions. It was basically moving with the wind. So let me read some comments here, and then I'm gonna come back to the CERN thing. Said I skywatch and I've seen things. I skywatch just about every night. Just about every night I'll go out there and skywatch, and I see this stuff too. You tend to see it more right after sundown. Just in my experience, you tend to see it more right after sundown, and you tend to see it more just before sunrise. I've watched both times of day, and it's fascinating to watch. I wished I had my camera, y'all. The dopest one I saw last year, I counted 20 of them in a straight line. It's like they were flying in formation. 20 of them. Same types of things right there. They look like stars. They look like stars that are moving. They look just like the stars. And when you observe keenly, some of them look like they're lower than the stars. Some look like they're above the stars. It's weird. But we know all of that stuff is inside the firmament. For those of y'all that have read the Book of Enoch, okay? I'm not gonna get into that tonight. Let's see. That's not a weather balloon that I showed right there. A weather balloon can't do that. I'm learning to listen more to something. Yes. That something is either our higher self. It could be the Most High directly. Most High does talk to some people directly. Not everybody. I know some people get in their feelings about that. Well, the church said, I told y'all, watch 2024. Y'all gonna see some amazing things happen with the church. All right. The church has not existed throughout all time. The church is a fairly new, newly created institution. Anyway, don't get me started. Actually, I'm going to come back to the Romans. I got that on deck tonight. She said, I wonder how far it was away. Lucky footage, Matt. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a great question. So now CERN. I first heard about CERN, y'all, I was still working in corporate America when I first heard about CERN. And I've been out of corporate America now 10 and a half years since I retired from corporate America. So CERN is very real. There's some movies out there that kind of give clues to what they're trying to do with CERN. One of you guys, it was a subscriber told me, said, hey, go and check out this Netflix series called Warrior Nun. Mind blowing. When you read the Book of Enoch and you understand where some of these fallen angels were imprisoned, what parts of the world they were imprisoned in, and that they were imprisoned beneath the surface of the earth. And then you go and watch Warrior Nun. Warrior Nun was a pretty dope series. You go and watch Warrior Nun and see listen, some people think that CERN exists to jailbreak some of these fallen angels. There are other theories out there about it. Hey, they're trying to open portals into other dimensions and that sort of thing. But listen, every time the creation has gotten beside itself, the creator has stepped in and hit the reset button. All right. This is why I said we're going to see something soon that is of epic proportion. I mean, something that is as big as the flood. I'm not saying it's going to be like destructive like the flood, but when all eyes observe it, they are going to know that there is a God, okay, somewhere. Like they said in Coming to America, when I look at all these beautiful women at night, I know there's a God somewhere. He's sitting up high and he's looking down low. Fantastic movie. Don't watch the remake. The remake was garbage. Sorry for anybody that worked on that project that might see this video, but that remake should not have been made. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So, said Enoch is my favorite. Metatron is my favorite archangel. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Sandy. Yes. I just started looking into the archangels this past year. In fact, I saw a video on YouTube that mentioned your first name, and it's like if your first name begins with this letter or whatever, then this is your assigned archangel, and this is what this archangel governs over. It seemed to resonate because for mine it was Raphael. I remember that, so it definitely seemed to resonate. So yeah, man, there is so much that we are not being taught. There's so much miseducation that is state and church sponsored. Let me say that. All right. So let me keep on moving here, y'all. Let me keep this thing moving. Let's keep this party going here. What do we have? So anyway, okay, Miami alien shopping spree. I want to stay in that for a minute because I want to give you what I think is going on there. Now, y'all can tell me in the comments what you think, but I think that the whole Miami thing is a bit of a distraction. It's a bit of a distraction. I'm not saying that there wasn't a portal opened, but I saw some video that was on Instagram that I couldn't download for whatever reason. These videos I show are off TikTok. TikTok will let you download the videos. But I saw some videos on Instagram from the inside of the mall. Now, remember, the story changed. This is why I always tell people when there's something that's big that happens, pay attention to the first 12 to 24 hours of reporting that comes in via either mainstream media or layman's reports, okay? Pay attention to what first comes in the first 12 to 24 hours, because after that, you tend to see the story start to change and the story starts to shift. So remember, they said, hey, anybody that tried to record anything, their devices were being like blocked or spazzing out or whatever, and they couldn't record anything. And also know how electromagnetism works. You know, magnetic energy destroys electronics, which is one of the reasons why they're trying to block out the sun, because they're waiting. They're afraid that big CME is going to come and hit. CME standing for coronal mass ejection. For those of you who don't know, it's like they know that big one is coming, and that big one has the ability to knock out electrical impulses worldwide. Okay, magnetic plasma energy from the sun can destroy electronics. This is why I tell people all the time. They're like, oh, the robots and AI are going to take us over. We're all going to be slaves to the robots and the AI. The sun can handle the AI and robots no problem. Why? Because the sun has the ability to knock out electrical signals, electric impulses. So without electricity, robots are done. They're done. So I don't fear stuff like that, y'all. Stop giving away your energy. Fear is a low vibrational emotion. Remember that. When you're in low vibrational energy, you attract low vibrational circumstances into your life. Low vibrational people and low vibrational circumstances. So what does Matt think all of that was? Remember, the story changed. First it was you can't get any video, and then I see a video from the inside of the mall. I'm like, okay, wait, which is it? Like the cell phones weren't working, or the cell phones were? Which one is it? All right. So already there's a major discrepancy there. Throw it out. Now in this video I'm observing, it looks like a bunch of bad actors. And y'all, when I say bad actors, some people watch me on social media sometimes. Some people watch some of the comments I make on other people's videos and stuff. And, and I'm like, listen, if I see something and it looks like bad acting to me, I know what bad acting looks like, because I used to be in I used to belong to an agency that booked people for commercials and stuff like that. And it's like, if there's commercials or there's a film coming into a town and they need extras or whatever, they will, hey, you can, if you want to be a part of this, you submit your package, with your photo and, your height, weight, all of that stuff. You submit your information. And then if they want to call you in for an audition, you can come in and audition and that sort of thing. And then when you get on the sets or you look at the sets, you see how some of this stuff goes. You see why some people are extras. Like they're like They give them clear direction, and it's like, so these people were like, I didn't see anybody that looked like they were scared or they're overacting like they're scared. Like you. And then I said this in somebody else's a comment under somebody else's video. I said, listen, y'all, if you don't have any water sign friends in your life, get some water sign friends in your life. All right. Water sign what? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Get some Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising friends in your life, because their intuition is off the chain. And they can tell you, especially Cancers, especially Cancer Moon, especially Cancer Moon. Why Cancer Moon? The moon is the ruler of the emotions, and Cancer is Cancers feel. Cancers feel. So Cancers can pick up emotions. They can feel they can feel what other people are feeling. So if somebody who's a Cancer Sun or Cancer Moon tells you somebody capping, believe them, because they telling you they don't feel nothing. Now, if they're picking up that person's energy and it's heavy, you better know that's real. All right. I didn't see anything that gave me any indication that that video, which wasn't supposed to work, there were people in it that was afraid. So that's me. That's my take. Now, y'all know I always preach on this channel with every what, there's a connected why. So why, Matt? Why would they fake this? Why would this be a distraction? I think it has everything to do with the fact that the real aliens that are going to show up are going to look nothing like that. What are they going to look like, Matt? I'm glad you asked. I took a screenshot of a video, of a photo or a drawing, sorry, not a photo. I took a screenshot of a photo on Instagram by this Instagram handle called Return of 9 Ether. Okay, Return of 9 Ether. And I'm going to share that to the screen right now. This is what I believe that the real alien invasion is going to look like. So they're trying to get you thinking that these aliens are going to look like monsters. But watch this. Where is it, Matt? Alien shopping spree. There we go. Return of 9 Ether. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. Laugh if you want to. Laugh if you want to. Laugh if you want to. That is what I think the real alien invasion is going to look like. They're not aliens at all. The creators of the world are returning. And that's written. How many times have y'all heard me read from 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter, where the Most High said, in those days I will come and begin to visit them that dwell upon the earth and see who has harmed unjustly. Let me read that for y'all real quick. Let me read that for y'all real quick. Let me pull up my KJVA app. And then I'll move on to the next subject. All right, let's go here. Table of contents, Esdras, 2nd Esdras, right there, chapter 6. Okay. Where is my screen? There we go. Share. Y'all, I'm doing pretty good. Y'all throw a hand clap in there if I'm doing pretty good. So far, I haven't been talking about something that's on the screen that y'all can't see. So y'all give your boy a little credit. Give your mans a little credit. I'm doing better tonight. All right. There we go. 2nd Esdras. Let me see if I can make this print a little bit bigger for y'all. I don't know if I can do that. Let me see. View. I ain't worried about it. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see this on the screen. Let's see. Chapter. Let's see. Verse. Okay. Verse 18. 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 18. All right. And it said, this is the voice. Okay. This is this prophet Esdras, which I don't know if that is the same as Ezra in the standard 66 books. This is from the Apocrypha. But anyway, 2nd Esdras 6 and 18. And it said, let me go up to 17, y'all. Y'all know how I do. And it happened that when I had heard it, the voice, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come, that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. Who is Zion in this context? His chosen ones that he had to afflict for a little while because they got beside themselves. All right. His gods, little g, his mini me's that started acting ignorant and breaking away from the instruction that was given to keep them at tip-top functioning order. All right. They broke away from it and said, nah, we're going to do something different. And y'all know we're free will beings. So he said, all right, well, y'all got to get afflicted. Then that's what comes with it. I was telling y'all, listen, I didn't afflict you. You afflicted yourself. I say this all the time. Me and my dad, me and some of my friends talk about this all the time. The blessings and the curses are built into the instructions. They're built into the instructions. That Betty Crocker cake recipe box says bake 350 for 25 minutes, but you want to speed it up to 15 minutes and you turn it up to 450 and you mess the cake up, you burn it up. Betty Crocker didn't curse you. You cursed yourself because you didn't follow the instructions. When that cake comes out perfect, that was the blessing of following the instructions. I say that all the time. Okay. So let me get that off here. He said, I will begin to I will draw nigh. I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. We know there's a whole lot of unrighteousness going on in the earth. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Hot Shot Pizzazz, what's up there? What's up there, Hot Shot? Okay, so Ali got the thank you, Ali. Y'all know me, man. Tour girl, Lady Dagger status. Hey, Sandy, y'all know I be messing it up sometimes, but I'm on point tonight, so I appreciate y'all. All right, so now, why did I bring this image up again? Let me bring it up one more time. Did I close it? There it is. Why did I bring up this image, y'all, and read that passage of scripture? I'm going to show you. And then we're going to move on to the next topic. I will visit them. I will draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth. Okay. What did it say in the first chapter of Genesis? It said, let us create man, or let us make man in our own image and our own likeness. Who was the day that said, let us make man in our own image and our own likeness? Okay. So if these are, y'all, this is why I think this is a look away so that you don't understand or understand what the real return is going to look like. They got you looking for these aliens that Hollywood has been showing us for how long, when these are the real ones right here. And there's nothing alien about them at all. This is the earth that they created. This is the earth they created. So that's what I think is going on with half this alien invasion stuff. He's like, oh, again, our cameras don't work. Pardon me, y'all. I muted it so you didn't have to hear it, okay? The cameras don't work 1 minute, and then days later, hey, somebody got some footage from inside the mall. Which one is it? If there's an electromagnetic pulse that knocks out something in a radius, it's going to knock out everything in that radius. I'm just saying, okay? Tour Girl is saying, so are you saying all these pictures are decoys? Listen, y'all look up something called Project Bluebeam. There was a guy that used to have a channel on YouTube back. I started watching him in 2020 when all the ish started hitting the fan, okay? The proverbial ish started hitting the fan in 2020. There was this guy I used to watch named Richie from Boston. They ended up basically killing his channel. So a lot of people's channels died in 2020 on YouTube for sharing truth. He's over there now on Rumble. So yeah, if y'all want to see who Richie from Boston is, y'all can check him out. I don't watch him on Rumble anymore. I've kind of gotten past, I like to evolve. And when I feel like people are kind of staying in the same zone and they're not really evolving, it's just me. I don't do it by choice. I just I outgrow it and then I don't look at it anymore. He's a very kind soul, at least from what he portrays on the camera. But anyway, he showed something called Project Bluebeam, where they were showing you these dragons that look like the ones from Game of Thrones that what's the name? Daenerys Stormborn, House Targaryen, or whatever, commanded those 3 dragons. They were showing this technology at a baseball game where it literally looked like there were dragons in the sky flying. So it's like they have the ability to project this stuff into the atmosphere. And I think it very well could have been that. I think it very well could have been some Project Bluebeam stuff. I don't know what it was. All I can do is speculate, just like everybody else. But what I do know is that what the scripture says, and it basically, I just showed you the second Esdras 6 and 18, and juxtapose that with the first chapter of Genesis. Let us make man in our own image and own likeness. How many of y'all look like them gray beings that they show all the time? I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't these other beings that don't look like that. I got some experiences I won't share on here where, anyway, let me leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. Let me keep it moving. But yeah, to answer your question, the authenticity of it, when you say one thing but then do something different, that messes with me a little bit. I'm like, okay, you said your cameras didn't work, and now all of a sudden somebody's got footage. Which one is it? The cameras work or they don't? And like the other girl was saying, where's the image of you? Y'all said a bunch of people was fighting. Where's the fight videos? Nobody got fight videos. So what was it? What was it, y'all? I don't know. There's a movie called I think it's called. Is it called The Take? I think it's called The Take. Let me search really quick. Let me go to The Take, IMDb. Bastille Day. Is that it? Bastille Day. I think the original name was called The Take. But y'all check out, is it The Take or is it a Bastille Day? The Take. Let me see. No, it's not The Take. Bastille Day with Idris Elba. Y'all check. I'm going to put it in the comments right here. Talking about distractions so that other things can take place. Y'all watch Bastille Day with starring Idris Elba. A bunch of y'all ladies out there, I know y'all like Idris Elba, so that's a good one for you to watch. Check out Bastille Day, and you'll see how some things are not always as they seem. Let me leave it at that. And I'm gonna move on to the next topic here. Okay, that Miami alien shopping spree, I say jokingly, is a great segue into something called energy harvesting. Energy harvesting. Ia said, she said, metaphors. Yep. Energy harvesting. Let's talk about energy harvesting for a minute, okay? What is energy harvesting? Is it real? I'm going to bring up a couple of videos here where people talk about, they explain what energy harvesting is, and I'm going to give you some examples, and then I'm going to tell you guys about a dream that I had just last night that I didn't realize tied into everything that we're talking about until about maybe 2 hours ago. And I was like, this is why I had this dream last night. I'm going to tell that to y'all in just a minute. But let me show you this energy harvesting, a couple of these energy harvesting videos. Okay. Let's close this one. I don't need that one open either. Okay. Energy harvesting. Let's go. No, I don't want that one first. Let's go with this one. Yeah. There's a number of videos I saw, but I wanted to kind of keep it high vibrational. So let's go with this first.
I have to say this because there's a ton of energy harvesting going on right now. If you don't want to get got, don't put all your emotions, energy in motion, energy, right? Don't put all of your attention is energy, on something, A, that you don't have control on, or B, that's low vibe and makes you angry, mad, or fearful.
Y'all, I just wanted to pause that for just one moment. And guys, ladies, fellas, do this. When you see me share a TikTok video, this is what I do when I see someone else share a TikTok video. I write down the name of that user account so that I can go and look at some of the other things that they post. If they got a video that I like, I'll write down the name of that account. I also ask you guys to do that just so I'm making it clear that I'm crediting the now it's credited because their name's on there, but I always like to make sure that a content creator gets credit for their work. Okay, so I'm a content creator myself, not just in video, but I'm a writer. Okay, I've published 3 books. I've got some coming in the works. I don't like to give the release date, or I don't like to talk about the cake before it's ready. I don't like to let somebody taste a partially cooked meal. Okay, let me serve you the whole meal. So I'm not going to give you guys any details of that book until it has been submitted to the Copyright Office, and then I'll talk about it on this platform. But anyway, make sure you write down these TikTok user accounts names so that at least you know where they came from, and they may have something else that you might want to look at that you find interesting. Okay, now I'll return to the video. Let me back it up.
If you don't want to get got, don't put all your emotions, energy in motion, energy, right? Don't put all of your attention is energy, on something A, that you don't have control on, or B, that's low vibe and makes you angry, mad, or fearful. When you do this, you're not only giving your energy away, you're feeding the collective consciousness of fear, anger, and hate and hostility. Instead, we need to be putting our attention on things like love, peace, unity, joy, something that's going to actually help and impact the collective. The best thing you can do for the world right now is be vibrating at a good high frequency, be loving, be caring, be compassionate. There is always going to be something going on in the news. Last week it was something else, next week it'll be something else, but guarantee you will always have a chance to be sucked into the drama, to be fearful, to be hateful, to be polarizing, pick a side. But through that, you have to decide what you care about more, the well-being of humanity or being on the right side of things.
All right, that was Exhibit A. Let's go to Exhibit B. Siphoning energy. That's right, Ia. That is right. I hope I'm saying your name right. Ia or Aya. I hope I'm saying it right. Sandy said, this is what I believe. Lady Dagasata said, right, always, fear, everywhere. That's all they push. That's all they push. That's what they eat. They eat low vibrational energy because they're low vibrational entities. Okay. Let me come with the next one. Okay. Let's see. Wait 1 second. All right, let's go here a second. Y'all, I'm going for 100% tonight. 100% showing y'all the content without talking like it's there and it's not. Okay. So far I'm there. I'm there so far. Here we go.
An example of energy harvesting would be an energy exchange. Take horror movies, for example. There's an exchange between your attention and whatever's being conjured up by your attention and whatever intention the movie has, or whatever concert you go to. Most of these concerts do involve energy harvesting because the puppets do rituals at their concerts, like this, like this, like this that just happened. And I'm pretty sure some people remember when Beyonce had that one concert and people were saying they was feeling weird after and during her concert. Same with the Donda concert too.
I ain't gonna even get started on a couple of them artists that he named there. I'm not even gonna get started. But let me go ahead and bring up Exhibit C for this, and we'll talk about it after.
Energy harvesting is the act of feeding off of people on an energetic level by keeping them in a low vibrational state. Things like fear, doubt, guilt, woundedness, shame, basically keeping folks on a trauma loop. And you can see this in relationships between people, like where there's like a narcissist and an empath. But you can also see this in work environments, those really traumatic work environments that keep people feeling really low about themselves, but they keep coming back because they don't see that another way of earning a living is possible. So they keep on staying at that toxic work environment because they're in such a low energetic state and so energetically drained that the cycle continues. This is a manifestation of the trauma loop of grind culture.
Did y'all hear what she said? She said manifestation. Now you know why the energy harvesting happens. Manifestation, right? Now, let me explain to you, because in my notes here, I've got the question, why us? When I'm talking about us, I'm talking individuals that have melanin, okay? Stick with me for just a minute. because there's a lot of energy harvesting that goes on with us in particular. When you're talking about melanin, you are talking about the dark molecule that is the equivalent of what exists in the cosmos. The sun is made up of melanin as well, okay? The sun has melanin. The sun fuels your melanin if you have it, which is why when you have melanin and you go out into the sun, your skin color gets richer. You're getting more melanin from the sun. This is why in the wintertime, during the winter months, if you're further north where you don't get as much sunlight, your skin gets lighter, okay? There is a distinct difference in my skin tone between right now and what it would be in July, because I'm typically out during the day doing something outside. I'm playing tennis. I could be fishing, which I haven't done in a long time, but there's a number of things I like to do. I like to go out and soak up the sun during the I might be out working in the yard and when I'm working in the yard, y'all, I take my shirt off and I'm usually out there with either for some fatigue pants or some shorts or something like that, because I want as much of my body to be exposed to the sunlight as possible. So getting back to why us, and I'm gonna lead this into the dream and why it just clicked for me tonight, y'all. If he said, let us create man in our own image and our own likeness, and you are being fed low vibrational content on a regular in mass, in other words, they blast something out that they want you to see and have a reaction to, where a critical mass, when I'm talking critical mass, I'm talking about a critical number of the individuals to whom this information is being presented start to give off an energy. You start to give off an energy that has a vibration associated with it. If it is low vibrational, again, what happens? She said manifestation. What do I always talk about on this channel? You attract at the level at which you vibrate. This is why I'm always harping on keep your vibrations high. Let me bring it up. I know y'all tired of seeing it. Let me bring it up. I know y'all tired of seeing it. I know y'all thought y'all was going to get me. Nah, I wasn't ready yet. Here it is. I wasn't talking, so it don't count. Here we go. I know y'all tired of seeing it. Listen, right there's that midline, courage. That's the midline right there. That is the foundation for high vibrational energy. It starts with courage and goes up from there. If you don't have the courage, it goes down from there. It goes down from there. Okay? So this is why I'm always talking about keeping your vibrations here and above. Here and above. It takes courage for you to climb that scale. It takes courage to pull you out of any of these lower vibrational frequencies. If you're in the energy of shame, you got to first identify that you're in the energy of shame. Try to figure out why you're in the frequency of shame or the emotion of shame, and then have the courage to say, you know what? I want something different for myself. Guilt. If you're in that energy of guilt, you have to have the courage to address it and say, I want something better for myself, and pull up out of there. The minute you address it and say, I want something better for myself, that is the beginning of being high vibrational, because you had the courage to look within. Where did it start? Apathy. I don't care about nothing. Grief. Why am I sad? You got to have the courage to pull yourself up. Fear. What's making me afraid? I got to have the courage to face that fear and climb out of it. And this is why y'all hear me all the time harping on religion, organized religion. What do? They project fear. Or if you do this, you're going to hell. That's fear projection. That's low vibrational. That's low vibrational. Don't tell me that comes from God when he exists up here in these realms. Enlightenment, peace, joy, love. Don't tell me that comes from God. Don't tell me that. That's low vibrational. The opposite of God is what? The devil. The devil lives here. He lives here. Desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, shame. fear. That's what's projected by the church. Do this, you're going to hell. You do this, and you're going to hell. You do this, you're going to heaven. But you do this, you're going to hell. Grief. Man, you know, what? No, let me get out of that. Let me get at, this is the other one they project. Guilt. Now, brother, you know you shouldn't have had da-da-da-da-da. Brother, you know you ain't had no business saying da-da-da. You know you ain't had no business doing da-da-da. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's the church. We hear that a lot in the church. They tell you come as you are, but then start projecting. Let me get off of that. That ain't what I came here to do tonight. He said, we are not tired of seeing it. Okay. And Coco too. I got you, brother. I got you. But yeah, so this is why, y'all. This is why I'm always talking about it. So getting back to why us. If you come from there and they truly look like what I put on the screen before, then if this energy harvesting is being used to use you to combat, somebody do the math for me. Somebody do the math. Using your energy to fight against and work against your stellar siblings, your star family. Look at what they do all the time. There's always something. And let me say this about energy harvesting, y'all, because I noticed the pattern. Don't laugh. I know they say Capricorns always see a pattern. All right. Let me put y'all on to some game. It seems like every so often, on a fairly regular basis, around this time of year, there is something that affects the so-called Black community that results in energy harvesting. Low vibrational. Let me take you back 4 years ago. I was sitting at, believe it or not, I got tickets. We were giving tickets to a Medea play. No, I didn't want to go, but I'm just like, all right, well, you know what? The security in me, all right. If y'all know I don't like to talk about home too much on here, but every now and then I'll give an example. If wifey got to go somewhere, even if I don't want to go, if she really wants to go and she ain't got nobody that to go with her or whatever, then I'm going for no other reason than to be security. I'm like, if something go down, I'm there. She good. I ain't worried about it. She good. I got her. She good. I don't want to go see this, but she good. All right. So I do that sometimes. And I do it a lot of times, actually. And so I'm there and I start seeing a bunch of people checking their phones. And then I check my phone. And then there's this announcement that what happened with Kobe Bryant in the helicopter crash. Now, everybody in the so-called Black community that knows basketball, NBA, everybody is mourning the loss of Kobe Bryant. That was in January. That was in January of 2020. So you look at it, here we go 4 years later, everybody talking about what? This Katt Williams interview. Now, I think that's pretty high vibrational, but it can also serve to be a rift and have people fighting against each other. So you're in some strife energy. So y'all pay attention, man, when there's something that is big that sort of hits and gets the so-called Black community up in look, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Pardon me, I didn't get to the mute button fast enough. But y'all pay attention to these energy harvests, y'all. It's always to put you in some low vibrational energy. Why? To get you to war against your higher selves. Let me leave it at that, okay? Sandy said, you think like me, Matt. Wow. Lady Dagger says, wow, yeah. This could be the original meaning of harvest season in the fall, because fall, winter, there is always something. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm not gonna refute that. So now let me tell y'all about this dream that I had last night. And actually, it is the second such dream that I've had over the past 4 years, perhaps. Last night, I dreamed that I'm back in the military. And listen, there's gonna be I'm gonna put some colorisms in here, but I gotta say it the way I saw it in the dream, y'all. So please, anybody watching this, do not be offended. I gotta put some colorisms in here. And y'all, for those of y'all that have been following me for a while, y'all know I got a video out there called What Can Simple Bags of Flour Teach Us About Race? If you have not seen it, please go watch it. It is one of the best 16 minutes you'll ever spend. Okay. I have to do this the way I saw it. So I'm back in the military and I'm at a joint base somewhere. I don't know where I am. I'm somewhere in the United States. And we're in some assembly area where it's like inside of some auditorium or something, and it's a cafeteria or something with a stage, sometimes like you see in these high schools or whatever. And there's a commanding officer up there briefing us about this deployment that we're going to have to make. And everybody's in their battle dress uniform, whatever, fatigued, combat, whatever, camouflage, whatever. And this civilian comes from out of the back, like, if this is a stage, he came from stage left or stage right or whatever. And he comes out of the back and he has an automatic rifle or semi-automatic rifle slung across his chest. And he's got a sidearm. And I'm looking at him, I'm watching him. I'm like, is he like a private military contractor or like, who is this guy? What's he doing? And I'm watching him. I'm at the back now. I'm near the door. So if something go down, I can get out. But I wasn't there at the door for that. Was just standing back there. That's just where I was. And this guy he reaches into this satchel, y'all, and he starts throwing these stones, but they look like they've got this they're like crystal. They got this crystalline property to them. They're like these black stones. Anybody that has seen that show Invasion on Apple TV Plus, where they find this girl, she has this little thing that kills these aliens, and it's got this little black sheen to it or whatever, and it's like a space thing. It had that kind of look to it and texture, but they're like these irregular stones, and they're about so big. And he's tossing them, and I'm noticing he's only tossing them at the so-called black and so-called Hispanic soldiers. So he throws one in my direction, and I move out of the way. I'm like, who is this guy? What's he doing? And the officer, the commanding officer there, he's still on the microphone talking about the upcoming deployment, and he's like paying no attention to this guy tossing the stones. And we like, why is he? So he almost hits me with another one. I'm like, yo, man, if somebody don't get this dude, it's about to be on up in here. And then I looked. At that time, I had noticed that he had the sidearm. And then I looked and saw that he had a sidearm. And so when he ran out of these rocks, and all the brothers looking at each other like, who is this crazy white dude up here? What's he doing? These rocks, whatever. And the guy, he can't hit anybody with the rocks, so he pulls his side piece out and he starts shooting. But he's only shooting at the so-called brown and Hispanic soldiers. So then somebody's like, sir, are you going to try to stop him? So the officer, I don't know, like, how dreams are. Sometimes people vanish or whatever. The officer, he's out of the way now. And he had there's a first sergeant, a brother who was an NCO. He grabs the dude by his wrist and he's trying to, wrest the gun away from him. And the guy's still shooting up in the air, whatever, trying to get him. He runs out of bullets. And so the brother's like wrestling him. I don't know how he ends up unslinging his sidearm. I mean, unslinging his rifle. But then he points right at the brother and shoots him point. I'm like, oh, man. And I'm looking around. I'm like, nobody has weapons because we're in the assembly area. And, for those of you who are in the military combat arms, all the arms are kept in the arms room, and you're not issued your weapons unless you're about to go to training or something, and they're typically not loaded anyway. I mean, unless you're in a field of in an area of operations or something on a deployment, then you have access to the live rounds or whatever. But these weapons were in the arms room, so nobody in here had weapons on them. And so somebody's like calling MPs or whatever, but this brother is like trying to get this rifle away from the dude. The dude got 3 shots off point blank, like right there, the brother didn't move. Like it didn't even phase him. And this dude was like Diesel. So he finally got this dude down on the ground, and then one of the he didn't get him on the ground. One of the Spanish soldiers ran up and he knew some Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He does this triangle leg lock or something on the dude, gets the dude down to the ground. The other brother got his wrist like in his wrist lock, so he can't move now. And then somebody comes and grabs this device. I've never seen anything like it, but it was like something that was like this. Well, I'm off the camera, y'all. But it was like maybe 36 inches. It was like a foot long. Not a foot. I'm sorry. It was like the length of a yardstick, and it was like cylindrical, and it had a handle on it. And you hit this button. So he put it on the dude's like literally right over his stomach, where the stomach is on the body, on the left side of the torso, and he hits a button and it goes, and they put like this little burn glowing thing right there on him, and the guy, he immediately stopped struggling. He's like, "Ugh." And I was like, man, it took y'all that long to kill that dude, man. That dude, he could have killed somebody there. And miraculously, nobody was injured. So they left the dude laying there, and I'm like, is somebody gonna get that guy out of here? Like, this is, people are traumatized now. So the guy, like, people are standing around and talking, and next thing you know, the guy reanimates, and he gets back up, and he grabs his weapon, and he starts running. And now he's chasing me, and I'm like, yo, I got to get away from this dude. I ain't got no weapon, man. I'm So he's coming at me, and this guy, he's shooting at me, but I'm like dodging as I'm running, and then he literally like I couldn't get away from him. Like somebody was blocking, because people are trying to get out of there. He literally, like, he was there for me. He got right up behind me, and I'm trying to run, and as my arm is up, he fires, and I'm like, I'm hit, whatever. But I just felt a bunch of wind go like right underneath my armpit. And I'm like, he ain't got no rounds in there. So I turn around and I grab a chair. Or was it a wheelchair? There's a wheelchair there. I don't know who was in the wheelchair or how they got out and ran or whatever. Whoever's in the wheelchair, man, it was a Jesus Lazarus moment or something, man. He got up out of that wheelchair and ran. Like, there's an empty wheelchair there. So I picked the wheelchair up. Bam! I clocked the dude like right in his forehead. I split his rug open. He's laying down on the ground bleeding. And somebody came over, I guess one of the MPs or whatever, somebody came over and they finally like put a rifle like right in his chest and shot the dude. And then they zipped him up, put him in a body bag to come out of there, whatever. So I was like, yo, man, this is the worst post security I've ever seen in my life. Somebody, where is I forget what it was called. It wasn't JAG, it was something. The office where you go to and talk to people that where the MPs are, whatever, the station, whatever. So I went over there and they were like, it's over here. Cause I was newly assigned to this post, I wasn't even there a whole week. So I didn't even know where everything was. So I go over there and there's a brother working there. There's a sister working there. They're uniformed. And then there's another sister there, but she's like a civilian. And so I'm talking to the sister. One of them, she's about to come out. I'm like, yo, where you going? She's like, my shift is over. I'm off. I'm out of here. So she left. So then the brother who was there, he's a young dude. I said, yo, man, what's the deal, man? Like, where's security around this place? You just had this crazy man up in here shooting and stuff, and he could have killed somebody. He's like, yeah, man, we heard about him. We working on base security. It's gonna get better. I said, where's y'all got me stationed, man? But y'all know, I was at Fort Polk, Louisiana, when I was in the Army for real life, and back when I was in there was a running joke. I was a medic, so I was in headquarters company, and we were attached to different infantry companies within the battalion. So somebody in my company, which was Delta Company, the one I was assigned to, I'll never forget him saying that we were headed to the National Training Center out at Fort. Oh man, y'all, it's escaping me now. It was in Barstow, California. I forget what it's Fort Irwin, California. And we're about to go ahead and do our NTC, whatever. And we're on this bus, and Demon Slayer in his sleep. Yo, I'm about that life. I don't care, man. You ain't gonna punk me, whatever. So we're headed over. We're on this bus, and one of the Spanish soldiers, he said to me, they all love me, man. They used to call me Doc Talford, Doc T, whatever. So he said, hey, Doc Talford, he said, listen, man, he said, one of the good things he said, I know Fort Polk sucks. He said, but one of the good things about being stationed here at Fort Polk is this. He said, if we ever get called up to combat, he said, nobody's ever going to call us because we suck. He said, we come here to NTC, we get destroyed every year. He said, if Fort Polk ever gets called up, that means there's nobody left. And we're going to die anyway. So he said, you're in a good unit. It was this funny thing. So anyway, that was like par for the course in this dream too. Because I'm like, man, what in the H is going on here? Where's the real dudes at? We out here, people just coming up in here with civilian clothes on, popping off. So anyway, I talked to the civilian who's in here. She's in charge or whatever. And so the young guy, he's like, yeah, we're trying to get better. He says, we'll go talk over. She's in charge or whatever. So I go talk to the civilian, and she's like, she's got this serious look on her face, and she's like, yeah, there's a lot of problems. She said we have some race issues too. She said, I'm here. She said the government sent me here to help clean this stuff up. So she said, right now, all I can tell you to do is just go over there, file a complaint, and just fill out the paperwork, and we'll file it, and you can just go back to unit or whatever. And I'm like, man, this sucks. So as I'm leaving there, I just finished filling out the complaint. I'm leaving, and then there's an alert that goes off. So everybody's running. They're like, everyone, please report to Bay, blah 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 blah. Not Bay, but some area of the installation. And it's like there's a motor pool over there, and then there's some hangars over here with planes because this is a joint base, you know. So they got Army, Marines, and Air Force there. So we're at this joint base, and we fall in. They fall in, and they're giving us this report on what's coming. They're like, listen, we got to deploy now. There's been an alien invasion over in I forgot what he said it was. I think they said it was Tunisia. I think they said, yeah, we got to deploy to Tunisia right now. I don't know why Tunisia, but they said we got to deploy to Tunisia, and they need us there. It's all hands on deck thing. So they had like all of the weapons were brought out of the arms rooms, and they were sitting in like laid out. And they're like, over here, get your weapon, whatever. So everybody's going to get their weapons assignment, and they're telling us, briefing us on what's about to go down. And as they're briefing us, this freaking huge mothership comes into view, and there's these shuttles around it. It's surrounded with these what look like shuttles. And somebody said, hey, look, there's some aliens. So people, they're like, form up. And they're like, okay, everybody, we need you to focus your fire, concentrate your fire on those ships right there. But I'm looking like, I don't know if I want to shoot at them, man. They might like have some tech that we ain't ready for or whatever. So some cats get gung-ho and they're like, and they ain't touching these things, right? So you see these phew, phew, phew. So these lasers are coming out, and they're shooting everybody that's shooting at them, and they're like vaporizing them. And I'm like, I ain't about to shoot nothing, okay? And there's some more brothers out there too. They like, man, we ain't shooting at them. So they land, and like, no, before they land, no, the shuttles don't land. These beings come out of the shuttle, and they're dressed like they got these suits on like the Black Panther, the movie The Black Panther. And the brothers, we looking at them, and they got brown skin. They got brown skin. And these beings, like these, I can't call them men because they weren't human, you know, but they look like us. They were like diesel, like all of them was like ripped. And these dudes were like 8 feet tall, man. They were like 8, 9 feet tall. Like, I mean, Shaq looked like a point guard standing next to these dudes. That's how big they were. But they were all diesel, ripped. And I'm looking at them like, yo, I need to be on that workout right there. So anyway, they come down, and these cats is shooting at them. They got no weapons. They're running through cats, and they just coming up to them, just bam! They punching one time and punching through their whole body. You seeing people do this right here, and then they vaporize. So everybody's shooting at them. They just punching through them, and a couple of the cats, they running, and then they diving through people's whole bodies and just vaporizing them. Y'all, this dream was crazy. So they looking at us. When I say us, they looking at the brothers who are soldiers, and we just standing there like, and somebody's like, pick up your weapon and shoot. I'm like, that's us. You want us to shoot at us? And you see what they doing, man? I ain't about to shoot at them. And so we didn't shoot at them. And then the mothership landed, and this dude comes off of there, and it looks a lot like that picture. The dude got a big afro. He got a huge afro. Now the other cats, they was the soldiers, and they were dressed like the Black Panther. But this dude, he comes off, he got a white robe on with gold everywhere. Like he like an alien version of Bishop Don Juan, but he cleaner. You know, Don Juan look kind of whatever. You know, Bishop Don Juan, those of y'all who know the pent, whatever. He got this long white robe on. He got like rings everywhere. And he had like, his skin complexion was a little bit darker than mine. Like it was like brown, like the color of tree bark. And man, he just had this authoritative voice. And gosh, I should have written it down. I don't remember exactly what I know what he was saying. He was telling the brothers, when I say brothers, I'm talking about the melanated soldiers. He was saying, y'all come with us. It's time to go home. And we like, and the general, they over there, like, not the general, but the commanding officers, they're like, negative, you will not go. And we like, so I'm standing there looking like, I can stay over here with the losing team, or these people obviously know me, because like all of the brothers, like, none of us are scared. We're all calm. So there's this energetic, like this, there's the telepathy that's going on where we're communicating with them without even moving our mouths. And they're like, y'all come home. Now they spoke when they said that. They were like, y'all come onto the ship. It's time for y'all to go home. And Katt is walking up to go up this ramp on the mothership. And I'm just standing there looking in shock. And then I woke up. So when I talk about the energy harvesting and how they're using why there's so much targeted to the so-called Black community to keep in a low vibration, it is because as above, so below. So there's a war going on. You listen, what is that scripture that said there was a war in heaven and then 1/3 of the angels were thrown out? That stuff is real, y'all. So it's like, hey, if we can gather up their energy and harvest it and make sure it's low vibrational, then it'll lower the vibration of their galactic counterparts, if you will, and maybe make them more vulnerable for us to overcome them or whatever. So that's just a theory on the why of the energy harvesting. And I'm here to tell you that was very similar to a dream that I had about 3-4 years ago, where I was in New York, and I'm walking down the street and I see these 3 younger guys. They're younger than me. They're like teenagers. And I'm a grown man at that point in the dream. I'm in my 30s or 40s or whatever. But these 3 young teenagers, something was happening where they started running. This is a different dream now, y'all. Stay with me. Where they started running, and I saw them, they take 1, 2, 3 big steps, and they jumped all the way up on top of this 40-story building. And then the second one behind him, he ran 1, 2, 3, and he jumped up on top of this building. And then the third one behind him, he ran 3 steps, he jumped up on top of this building. So I was like, man, these dudes, how they doing this, man? They must have some kind of power or energy upgrade. Well, let me see if I can do it. I didn't think I could, but I was like, let me see if I can do it. So I run 2, 3, boom. I jump up. I'm on the building with them. I'm like, oh, snap. This is kind of dope right here. All right. So when they get up there is, y'all know how y'all see these movies, like where there's a roof and then there's like this little ramp type thing. The top of this, like this little doorway or whatever with a door, and then you got it's like diagonal or whatever, and then it leads to some stairs that allow you to go down into the building, whatever. But in this case, there was a square room on top of this building, and I forget why they were running to go get in that building, but it was something going on in the city, and they had these powers. It's like something happened. There was some blast or something, and they got these power upgrade or whatever. So I guess I had gotten it too. So they were up there, and I forget what happened, but there was some draw to go inside of that building, inside that door. And I was like, y'all. Now remember, I'm a Cancer moon, so that intuition thing, it even carried over into the dreamscape. This is why I tell y'all, man, when you are dreaming, you're actually awake somewhere else. So you're still you. And I'm like, y'all, whatever's on the other side of that door is not right. Do not go in there. So the first guy, he ain't listening. He tried being hard-headed, little young guy. He like, man, you saw what kind of powers I got. I just jumped on top of this roof, 40-story roof with one leap. He's like, I'm going in that room. Whoever in there, man, they can't touch me. I said, don't go in there, young brother. Don't go in there. He goes in there anyway. So then he don't come out. So the next 2, they like, man, we got to go in there and get our boy out of there, man. We can't leave him in there. I said, he went in there on his own will. I told him not to. Y'all do not go in there. I don't know what's on the other side of that door, but it's not right. Those 2 go in there together. Then they don't come out. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Am I going to leave these young boys in there and leave them, or am I going to try to rescue them? And y'all know your boy mad. I ain't going to feel right leaving them little young guys in there. I felt like they were under my care or something like that, even though I just met them. So I go in and I'm like, whoever these young boys are, they obviously don't have control over their gifts because they're immature. But I'm mature, so maybe I can figure it out. And I said, besides, I know Psalms 127:1. Psalms 127:1. That is one of my personal creeds, okay? Let me bring that up for those of y'all who don't know it. I can recite it, but I want y'all to see it, all right? So let me take a pause and bring that up for you. All right? I live by this. When people say be careful, I say, yeah, I hear you, but I mean, I can't be any more careful than Psalms 127:1. Let's go there. Psalms 127:1. Let me make sure, because I don't want y'all to get me. Okay, boom. Well, y'all, I'm still batting 1,000. That boy good. He real good, but it's tonight. Psalms 127:1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain. What does that mean? In simple terms, that means you can build a house all day long, but if God don't build it, it's going to fall. In other words, if the will of God ain't invested into that house, it's built in vain. It's built in vain. Let me read that again. Except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain that build it. A storm can come and wash it away and blow it away. But if God is building that house, what do I mean by that? If the will of God is invested into that house, the storm can go knock down 20 other houses around it, but that one gonna stand. All right? That's why I don't worry when it's a storm. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, Father, if you don't keep this house, it ain't no sense in me worrying, so I'm gonna lay my head down and go to sleep. I know you got me. I know you got me because I'm living a high vibrational life. I know you got me. I can go to bed and lay my head down. I ain't worried about nothing. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. You can have a 150,000 man army, but if God wants that city to fall, 300,000 ain't gonna be enough to keep it. That's what that scripture means. So I take that with me on the dreamscape, okay? And I'm like, I can go behind this door and try to pull these young guys out of here. I don't know what happened to them, but they didn't listen to me. So I go in there and they're all crying. Them 3 young guys are crying and they're scared. I can feel their energy and I can see in their faces that they're scared. And there's this 3-letter gang woman sitting there with 2 goons and they got the guns on these young guys and they're pointing it at me when I come in there like, get over here. I was like, yo, man, who you talking to? And then the lady sitting there, she's sitting there with some, she was kind of fly, actually, believe it or not. She was kind of fly. She had her legs crossed. She had these big leg pants on. I like it when ladies dress nice. I don't some of the stuff you see on the gram and on TikTok. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna look at it because I'm a dude, but she had some really nice pants on. They were these big leg pants. They were cream colored. She had some nice little ankle boots on, man, had her legs crossed, nice blouse on. And she's sitting there with a clipboard. It was a clipboard or a tablet or something. And when she heard me tell a guy, yo, man, who you talking to? She smiles and she says, don't waste your time messing with him. She said, that's not gonna fare too well for you. You can lower your weapon. She's telling her goon that. So she's like, I wondered what was going to take you so long to come in here. So I'm like, what do y'all want with me? And why? She said, why? I said, why y'all got these kids? Let these kids go. And she says, well, they were the bait to get you in here. We know the heart you got. They were the bait to get you in here. You're who we really want to talk to. They're coming where we need you to go too, because we need their abilities. But you're the one we were waiting for. And I'm like, I'm the one y'all waiting for. I was like, man, I ain't about to do I'm cautioning at this point. I'm like, I ain't about to do for y'all. And they're like, she's like, well, maybe you'll change. Maybe you'll consider changing your mind if you see this. And then you know how they do in the movies. They show you that they got, they'll send you a cell phone video or a photo of somebody you love, letting you know that they right out there. And you know what I said to that? I said, man, they're in God's hands. I said, y'all ain't gonna guilt me into nothing like that. They're in God's hands. If something happened to them, you gonna catch that karma for it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. All right, they're in God's hands. They were in God's hands before I showed up. And she's like, damn it, he's good. She said, and then she says, listen, nothing's gonna happen to your family. She said, but we really need you to go down to South America in this dream. I said, what are we going down to South America for? She says this. And then she turns on a monitor and they're showing these alien beings that look like us down there about to regulate. And she said, we need you to fight against them. I said, wait, you see what kind of power they got? She says, yeah, but you have powers too. The 3 of you, we've seen it in action. I said, so you want us to go down here and basically get killed fighting against our own for you, and you ain't never cared about me or these 3 boys right here? So I was like, F out of here. She's like, listen, I'm not taking no for an answer. And she was like, you're not leaving here. And they're definitely not leaving here unless you agree to get in this truck and let us carry you to the airport. There's a plane waiting. We need you to go down there. I ain't gonna tell y'all how the dream ended. All right, I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened before I woke up. I'm gonna leave something because I don't never know who watching these channels. All right, I don't never know who watching these channels, but spiritual warfare is real. So I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened in the rest of the dream. But again, there was this theme of getting these melanated people who don't even know the powers that they have within them to fight against these star beings. So when you talk again about energy harvesting, I personally think that energy harvesting has everything to do with getting this collective energy wrapped up and then used to lower the vibration, because as above, so below, as below, so above. In a way, I mean, it's a synergy, right? So it's like if these here come from there, and we can get them to lower their vibrations, then not only do they attract maladies to themselves, but now these guys can't focus on us because they got to go down here and rescue their own people. So we can stay in power as long as they're constantly in this loop of trying to rescue their low vibrational earth siblings, if you will. So there you have it. There you have it. That's the why that I think. So what do you do to combat that? Exactly what that young, beautiful lady said in the first one, where she was like, keep your vibrations high. If they showing you low vibrational stuff, disconnect. I'm able to watch the Katt Williams stuff and not get wrapped up in it, not get any emotions wrapped up in it. And personally, I think that's high vibrational because, again, you're talking about the fulfillment of prophecy. What other prophecy did I not mention? I think it comes from the book of First Peter, but it's something to the effect of judgment beginning within the house of the Most High. What does that mean? His chosen ones. So judgment is beginning with them. But he's like, listen, I'm going to judge my own first because they out of pocket right now. So what you're seeing with these people getting dragged out into the light is the fulfillment of that prophecy from the book First Peter. I think it's in chapter 2, something about judgment beginning with the house of God. So it ain't got nothing to do with no church. Church always hijacking their narrative. It ain't got nothing to do with no church. Ain't nobody here can tell me. I ain't met nobody yet that can tell me what church they came from in the ether. But they all know, if they're spiritually awakened or spiritually conscious, know that they're a spirit being that had their soul injected into a body here to fulfill some purpose. All right. But this is where the karmic loop ends. This is the time we're in. This is where it ends, y'all. This is the end of the book. This is the end of the story. Revelations, why is Revelation the last book? Because in any good series, any good book series or television series, the secrets are revealed at the end. Revealed revelation. So listen, I've said this on a number of occasions over the last 3-4 years. There's already a new book published in the ether. And the characters that are going to play out in those books, they've already been named. So we're just watching the culmination of an age-old story where that book is finally going to get shut and be archived. All right. And you all know that we're multidimensional beings. Why? Because when you go to sleep and dream at night, you're somewhere else living out some other reality until you wake up. All right. Very real. So let me read some comments. And I know I took y'all all the way around the block to get you to the house next door, but I haven't taken y'all for a trip around the neighborhood in a while. Okay. So that was last night's dream. Let me read some comments and then we're going to wrap up with this Brooklyn Synagogue bust. And then I'm going to give y'all a special bonus. All right. A special bonus. Now, let me read some comments. She says, I know, right? So vivid and he remembers so well. It was impactful. It was impactful. So that's why they want us to be in conflict with each other. You doggone right, Tara girl. That's exactly why. That's exactly why. Matt, you have a very vivid dream. Yeah, a lot of times I don't remember them all, but when they're really impactful, I'll wake up and let me give y'all a pro tip. Because sometimes I write down visions and sometimes I write down dreams in entirety, and I have like these whole pages and pages of notes. But if you want a cheat sheet, Cliff Notes version of remembering your dream, simply write down some keywords from the dream when you wake up. Just write down some keywords. Just write down, remember dream about, let's say you dream you're an NBA player and you met Larry Bird, Patrick Ewing, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. Write down NBA dream where I met these people. And then the details will come back to you. When you look at that note, the details will come back to you. So you don't always have to fill in all of the details. Just write down keywords and it'll jog your memory. Okay. So that's a pro tip for those of you that want to remember your dreams, but you don't want to write down everything. Just keep that dream journal by the bed or a tablet Or some people sleep with their phones near them. I know some people say that's a bad thing, whatever. But whatever apparatus you have in order to capture information, just write down the keywords, okay? Spiritual war 1. Now they come down to the physical, as above, so below. You got that right. You got that right. Reminds me of the dude who flew towards the judge. Don't approve of his actions. Just impressed. How did he do that? Yo, I still don't. And he cleared that whole monitor. Like he didn't even. You would have thought his knees or his feet would have clipped the top of that monitor. How he leapt from where he was over the bench thing, and then the monitor sitting above it. Yo, man. Yo. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Sandy said, keep going. Okay. Reminds me of UN sending Kenya to fight in Haiti. Exactly. Y'all do know that's how Jerusalem fell in 70 AD. The strongest of the strong were fighting each other. And then by the time they had done 50% force reduction, the other 50% that weren't dead, they were beaten down and tired. And the Romans just came in and did mop-up duty. And they still struggled to get them weakened soldiers out of there. But that had to be fulfilled. That was the prophecy being fulfilled. And those jokers had they had completely lost their ever-loving minds. And the city was wicked and corrupt. So that what happened in ancient Judah in 70 AD, that had to happen. Because imagine all of the corruption and infighting and killing they were doing to each other. That was almost, I don't want to say it. Reminds me of Hotel Rwanda. Let me say that. That's how I'll spin it. I don't want to get into details about that because I know that was a sensitive period in history for anybody that survived that and remembers that tragedy. But it's always, you know what? I don't even want to get into that. Let me. But that's a great point. You know, fight each other and then we ain't got to do it. All right. Anyway, stay high vibrational, family. Tora Girl said yes. All right. Okay, cool. So now, what is this going on here? Are you serious right now? This thing is so stupid. Like, I'm not. How about I hit the record button and this thing is transcribing what I'm talking? These devices, y'all, I'm telling you, you got to be careful with them. Anyway, so let me get back to my notes here. Oh, this thing, like, let me read some comments. This thing literally transcribed everything I said from, all right, now let me read some comments. Is that not crazy, y'all? Okay. So, Brooklyn Synagogue bust, all right? Brooklyn Synagogue bust. Let's talk about that. Yes, let's talk about that. Let's bring up some exhibits, okay? Let me bring up Exhibit A because we're going to talk about that for a minute. Remember, with every what, there's a connected why. How do I want to do this? Because I'm going to tell y'all some things don't add up. And that's, some things don't add up. Just like I said, the thing didn't add up where they were like, oh, these aliens, they were blocking our ability to get video. And then there's a video from inside of there. Some things don't always add up. Let's talk about this, y'all. Sandy said, I just heard about that today. Yup, here it is.
Yo.
Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn. Yo. All right, let's go to the next one. Hold up. Let's go to the next clip. Ooh, I almost hit play, y'all, without hitting that share screen button. Y'all almost got me. I'm still batting 1,000. Let's stay with it.
Okay, so the New York Post has pictures of the underground tunnels that were discovered under the synagogue in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. So that is going down. Now, apparently they are 50 feet of tunnels. That's a man leaving one of the underground tunnels. So chaos ensued at this building when police discovered the underground tunnels and tried to fill them with concrete. these are the stairs leading down, and it says that the area below where the tunnels are is a closed down women's bath, which actually makes sense. You'll see in the pictures I show you next. But people were wondering why the walls in the area were tiled. Ew, that one's creepy. I don't like it. Okay, now here you can tell that it was a woman's bath and how the walls are tiled and stuff like that. You can kind of see the separated area back here, but we still have no idea what the tunnels were being used for. So apparently they started making them about 6 months ago. And the reason that they were discovered by enforcement were neighbors in the area were reporting hearing people under their homes. So that's what sparked this entire thing. But still, we don't know what the purpose of them is. I did see some speculation that said they were simply trying to expand this synagogue location, but I haven't heard any confirmation of that. And I don't know how tunnels would work as an expansion. That one, but I don't know. Maybe they connect to another location. I don't know. But it doesn't say where even if they go anywhere.
I'm gonna call Cap. I got a couple more videos, but I'm gonna call Cap. I'm gonna pause right there for a minute. I'm gonna call Cap on that. What do they do when they find a tunnel that's leading from on the U.S.-Mexico border? What do they do when they find a tunnel that is going underneath the U.S.-Mexico border? What do they do? Do they fill it with concrete or do they blow it up and collapse it? Okay, all right. What do they do in Israel with them Hamas tunnels? Do they fill them with concrete or do they blow them up and collapse them? I mean, doesn't it make more sense to bring Earth in on Earth? All you got to do is close the airspace by blowing it up. And then, like, you know how much concrete you got to pour in something? A tunnel? I'm calling the Cap, y'all. Do you know how much concrete you have to pour to fill in a tunnel? Who does that? That don't even make sense. That's why y'all got to put your critical thinking caps on when you hear some of these stories, y'all. All right? Exhibit C. Exhibit C.
A group of Hasidic Jews were arrested yesterday when a secret tunnel was found dug into the side of a famous synagogue in Brooklyn. And look at this tweet my roommate sent me. The first tweet was back in November. He said, "There are Jews living under my apartment. I hear them. It's like they are digging or something. For the record, I live at ground level and we do not have a basement." And then once the Jewish guys got arrested yesterday, he quoted it and said, "I am not crazy." And then there was this other tweet from December of last year. "I swear I keep hearing Yiddish under the floor in my New York apartment. I live at ground level and we have no basement." And then again, yesterday when these guys get arrested, he quoted and said, "Some of you owe me an apology." Imagine trying to tell that to anybody 2 months ago. "There are Jews digging a tunnel under me." What the fuck?
Yo, that dude is hilarious. Oh, man, that was funny. All right, that's Exhibit C. I'm going to go to Exhibit D now. All right, Exhibit D. Y'all hang on. Hang on. Got two more. Here we go. Now, I'm going to give y'all, I'm going to wrap this up for y'all in a minute. I'm going to tell you what I think here in a minute. Let me play these. Let me play Exhibit C, Exhibit D here. Hang on. Mattresses were found in the tunnels underneath the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters Synagogue in New York. Oh, what's that? A bloody mattress. Wow. Why do you have a bloody mattress in a tunnel? Why do you have a bloody mattress in the tunnel? I'll let y'all chime in on that in the comments. Why do you have a bloody mattress in the tunnel? I don't know. I hear things. I hear different theories. I don't say everything I hear, you know, but I've heard some theories. I'm gonna keep them where they at. But again, why would one be pulling a bloody mattress out of a tunnel? Zibbity, here we go. They tearing that synagogue up, y'all. Wait, why are you tearing up your own house? All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for Matt D. Talford's opinion of what this is? I'm going to tell y'all. I think, and I've thought this since I first saw that story and started hearing some of these explanations, I think that story has been sanitized. Oh, well, they were arrested. First of all, anybody watching this right now that's from New York, New Jersey area, you already know who's running the show. I'm going to leave it at that. You know who's running the show in the NYC metro area. You know who's running the show. So if 5-0 rolling up in your synagogue and putting zip ties behind zip tying people's wrists and taking them out of there and arresting them, it wasn't just for, okay, look, let me back up. They come in, thank you, Maze. I've heard things like that. I've heard things, okay? Tora Girl said this doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. Destroying evidence, Sandy said, all right? He said the whole cameraman, though. Yo, listen. The tunnel was allegedly illegal. All right, I'm with that. I can go with that. I can eat that. That's cool. I can eat that. Sandy, I've heard some things. Sandy. I've heard some things. People talking about missing children, and I don't even want to go there with it, y'all, because I want to keep it high vibrational. All right. But let me say this. I can go with the tunnel's illegal. But do you arrest somebody because there's an illegal tunnel underneath their establishment? Like if they're not in the act of digging it, why are you arresting them? Oh, well, because they wouldn't come out of the tunnel. Okay, so you're arresting them because they didn't come out of the tunnel. First of all, don't you have to get some sort of judicial type of sanction to be able to go in and do a bust at a synagogue like that in New York? I ain't talking about 123 Baptist Church in anywhere else down South America. I'm talking about a whole synagogue in New York City metro area. You got to get a judge, you got to get a court order to go in there and send 5-0 up in there like that. All right. So you arresting people because you saw them in a tunnel that was already dug. You didn't catch anybody digging the tunnel. And then that didn't look like just any dug tunnel. I mean, they had like whole rooms under there. Somebody said it was a ritual women's bath under there or something. Well, how did that get there? What's going on down in that tunnel? You don't just arrest somebody for digging a tunnel. I mean, for being in a tunnel that was already dug that you didn't catch anybody in the act of digging, number one. And then nobody come out of there with no excavation clothes on. I ain't see no hard hats. I ain't see no shovels. I ain't see no pickaxes, no drills, none of that. Y'all got to start thinking critically. And like I said before, y'all use the eye test with everything. Use the eye test. These eyes right here and this eye right here. And what did I say? Use that central core, that heart, and that solar plexus. That combined 7 energy. Chakra 4, chakra 3. Feminine energy, masculine energy. Start seeing without seeing. Start knowing without seeing. Tap in. Y'all tap in. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. And then you're going to tell me, well, they got an order to fill in a tunnel. You know how much concrete they would have had to pour in there? That's like filling up a building almost with concrete. Who does that? Like, who's buying that story? That's why I'm telling y'all that story was sanitized. Y'all got to start thinking critically, because let me tell you something. A whole lot of stuff is going to continue to be exposed here with this year 8 energy. I said this in that preview video. Y'all haven't seen it. You can go and click the link in the description box when this video's over. I said that year 8 energy is scorpionic. Scorpio brings out, they bring the truth out. They bring it out the light. They destroy that which does not work, which does not serve. And then it is rebuilt. You're talking about healing energy. Like when you talk about empaths, a Cancer empath, a Cancerian empath, they transmute by absorbing energy. This is why people that have certain Cancer placements, they can't be around certain things. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. Cancerian energy heals by absorbing negative energies and then dealing with them and transmuting it and turning it back into light. Scorpio deals with it by exposing, calling it out, destroying it, and then taking it and changing the form. It's true alchemy. When you're alchemizing a metal, fire is involved. Fire is involved in alchemy when you're talking about metals. Fire is involved. That's scorpionic energy. That's alchemy. Y'all, this stuff, man, we're energy, y'all. This is why I'm like, don't even get me started on the whole religion thing again and how they demonize things that they don't understand at the lower levels. The higher levels of religion understand the stuff. You know why? Because they use it. They don't want you to use it, though. All it is information. The universe runs on numbers. I was talking to my boy about that earlier today. Numerology actually is the support structure for astrology. The universe, look, if you don't understand that numbers are the universal language, go to a foreign country where you don't speak the language. Go to a foreign country where you don't speak the language, and then look at a sign that's got some numbers on it. The only thing you're going to understand on there is the numbers. If you're standing at a street and you don't know how to say that street name, but you got a pencil or a pen, you can copy those characters, but you'll at least know that I'm at, for example, 939, whatever street this is. Right? Everybody understands numbers. Numbers are the language of the universe. I'm going to do y'all hit me up on Sunday night, man. I'm going to do another live on Sunday. I got a treat for y'all on Sunday night, man. I got a treat for y'all on Sunday night with a download that I got a few nights ago on it's mind-blowing, y'all. It's mind-blowing, but it's talking about the numerology of your full name, and it ain't presented in the way that that a lot of the numerology schools and teachers present it. This is completely different. This is simple math concerning your name. It's going to blow your mind. When you look at it, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is real. You cannot escape. You can't escape numbers. You cannot escape numbers. Numbers is the universal language. It's the universal language. So, she said 2024 Infinity Scorpio. Yep. So that whole thing, I think, it's they're not telling you what's really happening with that synagogue and why they arrested people. You don't arrest people just for standing inside of a tunnel that nothing is going on in. You can just tell them come out and they'll do it. Like the dude said, I hear people speaking Yiddish below me, but he didn't say he heard no drilling and digging and hammering. That was an elaborate structure down there. What was really happening under there? What was really happening? I'll leave that to y'all to decide. All right. So I got one more thing I want to share with y'all. A bonus. Okay. A bonus. Let me bring up. How do I want to do this? Let me bring up keynotes. let me just make a quick slideshow, and I'll do this real time for y'all so y'all can see it. That way I don't have to new document. I'll just do basic. Let's just do classic white. All right. Let's delete that. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen in just a second, y'all. All right. Okay. So in this final thing that I'm going to share tonight, and I do appreciate y'all being here, man. Y'all are thebomb.com, okay? Y'all are thebomb.com. I love each and every one of y'all watching this video live. And to my on-demand folks who are high vibrational, Maddie loves y'all too. Now, the bonus is an ancient fallen empire revived and hidden right before our eyes. Okay? An ancient fallen empire revived and hidden right before our eyes. I want y'all to learn something, okay? She said, can't wait. I actually looked up the meaning of my middle and last name like you suggested. I was so happy I did. How did the dream end? My phone died. I didn't share it. I intentionally did not share it because you don't never know who's watching these things and you don't know how smart they are, okay? So I didn't go into details of how the dream ended, all right? I just left it at that. Numbers is your Howard language. Absolutely. You cannot escape numbers. When this thing I'm going to show y'all on Sunday evening, or it might be Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, I'm not sure yet. Y'all watch my community board for the announcement. I'll tell you around what time I'll be doing it. But y'all are going to be mind blown. I'm telling y'all. Wait, the Australian Open starts on Sunday night. 7:00 p.m. here is 11 a.m. there. I might be watching tennis Sunday night. So maybe I'll do it earlier. Maybe I'll do it earlier than Sunday night, y'all. Maybe I'll do it around 3:34 in the afternoon on Sunday. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments here if you prefer to see it. If you're okay with late afternoon, early. I know some people eat dinner around, so I don't want to intrude on anybody's dinner time. I can forego the first couple of hours of the Australian Open. So maybe I'll just do it around 7:30 p.m. or 8 o'clock or something. She said you and me both. Oh, Sandy, you watching it too? T said hi from Ireland. What's up, T? What is up, T? So let me deal with this. Let me deal with this last thing, y'all. But yeah, I'm telling you, this numbers thing is gonna blow your mind because you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, OMG, that's me. And it's gonna prove to you that you are not random. Like I said, nobody here, nobody alive is the result of your daddy having a weak pullout game. Okay. I think I can say that on YouTube. All right, so what am I doing here? Hang on a second. All right, there we go. All right, some people can read these mirrors and stuff, man. Anyway, these glasses getting tangled in my here. Anyway, so an ancient fallen empire revived and hidden right before our eyes. Let me go ahead and bring this up now. Present. I'm gonna show y'all something. This is again, y'all hear me a lot of times talk about using the eye test. Okay. Okay, y'all can see my screen good. Now, I have yet to do this video, y'all. I've been talking about doing this video for 3 years, but I am going to do a video. It may be on demand. It probably won't be live, but and speaking of on demand, y'all make sure that y'all check out my premiere tomorrow night where I'm dropping the some interesting connections between Denzel Washington's Equalizer 3 and biblical prophecy. I want y'all to check that out. I recorded it today. It's going to premiere tomorrow. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. If you have not seen Equalizer 3, then guess what? You got time to watch it before the video premieres. So y'all check that out. Equalizer 3, it's on Netflix right now if you have not seen it. Okay, great movie. If you like action, it's a great movie. So if you don't like blood, then you might not want to watch it because y'all know Denzel doing his thing in there. Anyway, it's a little violent. It's a little violent, but you know, I mean, Capricorns ain't scared of watching a little violent movie every now and then, you know. So I know Scorpios aren't because my older brother's a Scorpio, and he'll watch something. He'll watch a head getting rolled in a minute. But anyway, so I'm going to do this video, y'all, where I'm talking about vibrational, how the early languages on the earth were vibrational. When I say vibrational, they were based in consonants. The alphabets were all consonants. The vowels were implied. If any person here can say their name right now, I'm going to use Sandy, for example. Sandy can say her name without the A and the I in it. The I will have to go there at the end because otherwise it will be sand. But if you took that I, you drop that I and turn it into an H, it's gonna have the same vibration. So you can say Sandy without the A and the I. Just take the I and make that an H. Cindy, 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 Cindy. The A and the I sound are implied. Matthew is my name. I can drop the A and the E and still say Matthew. Matthew, Matthew, Matthew. It's just more vibrational. Consonants create vibrations. Vowels create wind. A, E, I, O, ooh. That's wind. But you go B, C, D, or B, C would be K, B, B, K, D, F, G, L, M, N. Those are the early languages were vibrational because the emphasis was on the consonants. These romantic languages place the emphasis on the vowels. Vowels do what? They break up vibrations. Vibrations move earth. Vowels do not. Vowels do not. They're wind. And they're not wind that's strong enough. They're not the wind that's part of the air element, even though it is air, but it doesn't have the same force as the air that blows, like when you got 50-mile-an-hour driven winds and rain and snow and stuff like that. So why am I saying this? Y'all need to understand that vowels can serve to hide meanings, all right? But I'm not going to do that. That'll be a lesson for another day. Let me get into this. This ancient kingdom, this ancient empire, that ancient fallen empire that is revived and hidden right before our eyes. Some of y'all going to know where I'm going. So here's a question I want to ask you. What was the name of the highest ruler in, I'm gonna walk it backwards. See what my history nerds are. When you talk about the German ruler in 1700s, 1600s, 1500s, Germany, Austria, and Prussia, what was that ruler called? I'm gonna give y'all about 30 seconds to pop that in there. I'm gonna see who knows what. What was that ruler called that was the ruler of? No, I don't want the family name, Maze Trex. I don't want the family name. I want the title of the highest person in, I'm going to give you a clue, the empire. The Prussian Empire, the Austrian Empire, the Austrian, what is it called? Austro-Hungarian Empire. What was that? Nope, that's religious. I don't want religious. I want political. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a clue since nobody has it yet. No, Sandy, no, that's not quite it. Lady Dagger status. Yeah, but that was Russia. So you actually answered the second question. It was Russia, okay? So the second question I was going to ask was, what was it called in Russia? Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a clue for Austria, Hungary, Germany, Prussia. What is and my Northeast people, y'all know what I'm talking about. What is that roll called that's got like it's like a yellowish like got the egg batter brushed on it. It's a roll that you eat sandwiches made out of sandwiches or whatever. Or I'm sorry, it's a type of roll that you use with sandwiches. And sometimes it has onions in it. What's it called? Starts with a K. Come on, somebody. I know we got some sandwich heads out there. Starts with a K, has onions in the bread, onions mixed in with the bread. I'll give y'all about 15 more seconds. Pay attention to what Lady Dagger status said for Russia, because it's similar. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. If y'all don't have it by then, I'm just gonna type it in the chat. Lady Dagger status taking all the stars. She's taking all the gold stars. Okay, Kaiser. It's called the Kaiser roll. Okay, and she also answered the second question. What was the name? What was the ruler in mid centuries? Not mid century, but early Russia. It was called the Tsar. Okay, in Germany, Prussia, Austria, it was called Kaiser. Okay, so now I'm gonna go here. Y'all watch me here. Y'all watch me now. Okay, y'all stay with me now. She said I eat too much bread. That's all. I'm trying to cut it out too. But I used to love me a nice Kaiser roll with some whatever the deli meat. I don't eat like that anymore. I used to a lot. I don't eat a lot of that stuff anymore. So but you give me a Kaiser roll with some sauteed mushrooms or something, or some deep fried mushrooms, and we can work with that. We can work with that. Tora Girl said, "Great job, Lady Status." Hey, give a round of applause for Lady Dagger Status. All right. So now, y'all pay attention to what I got on the screen now. If you take the title of the ruler of the Russian Empire and you change that C sound to a hard K sound, what do you have? Khazar. Khazar. Same vibration as Kaiser. Germany, Prussia is Kaiser. Russia is Khazar. But the sound was changed here in modern times to Tsar. Now, watch this. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Same vibration. Same vibration. Y'all pay attention. I say use the eye test. Same vibration. Change that C to a hard K sound. Kaiser, Khazar, Khazar. Instead of Caesar, Khazar. Y'all seeing where I'm going with this? Now watch this. Y'all see what's happening? Y'all see what's happening? Okay, Maze Trek said, I see the gig. Y'all see what's happening? They hide things with language, but it's the same vibration. Now watch this. There is a city that Herod dedicated to the Roman ruler at the time of, during the time of Herod, okay? That city still exists today, and you can even see that's the name of that city. It's in Israel. Let me see if I can bring that up. Let me see. Let's see. Hang on one second, y'all. Let me do this. Let me go to Google Earth. Hang on one second, and I will bring this up. Okay, let me share my screen now. I'm putting y'all on some game tonight. I'm putting y'all on some game, all right? Because I want y'all to understand something. An ancient empire fallen and revived right before our eyes. Watch this. I'm putting y'all on some game. All right, y'all see that? Y'all see what I got on the screen there? That is a city that Herod created and dedicated to Caesar. Okay? All right? We stop sharing for a minute. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's go. Google Earth. No, that's not what I want either. Let's do this. Hang on. Okay, we'll go with that. Wait, no, let me bring something else up. Hang on, I'm almost there, y'all. This is not cooperating, but it's going to. Let's see. Okay. Now, let me bring this up on the screen here. All right, y'all. That is Caesarea. Caesarea, okay? Now I want y'all to pay attention to something here, all right? Follow my mouse. Constantinople. We know that Constantinople, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse on the screen there circling, but Constantinople was the seat of the Eastern Roman Empire. Remember the Constantinople, the Western Roman Empire fell in the 400s AD or CE, whichever one you like, whichever flavor you like. The Western Roman Empire, Rome proper, and it's the surrounding area, that fell in the 5th century CE. Okay. Constantinople, which was the seat of the Byzantine Empire, aka the Eastern Roman Empire, lasted for another 1,000 years. Beyond that, Constantinople was considered the most impenetrable city in the world at the time. Like, they thwarted hundreds of attempts to overthrow it. It just could not be defeated until a sultan by the name of Mehmet, who would be today identified as Turkish, finally cracked the code and drove the Romans out. Now, if you look at my mouse again, look at the area. This is modern, Syria, I guess, or Turkey, modern Turkey, right over in this area. They attacked from the south, because to the east, or to the west rather, were these Christian countries, okay? And then to the south were these Arabic or Muslim countries or whatever, Muslim peoples, and they attacked Constantinople from the south, attacking northward. Now, what do we say is the area that people retreat in when they're being attacked and their ranks break? Do you retreat in the direction of the attackers, or do you retreat in the opposite direction? So, Caesar, Khazar, the same vibration if you drop the S sound from Caesar and make it a hard K sound. Caesarea, Khazaria, Caesar, Khazar, Kaiser, Khazar, Russia, Khazar, Germany, Prussia, Austria, Kaiser. Okay, and then and it was a title. That's all it was a title. People treated it like it was a name, but Julius Caesar, he was just a Julius Caesar, or Julius Caesar, was the title of Julius Caesar of Rome. Okay, Kaiser of Rome, head of the empire, emperor, Kaiser, Caesar, Kaiser, same vibration. Okay, now Constantinople being here, for them to retreat, they had to go north to get away from the attackers. And look at where Khazaria is. Now watch this. These are the Caucasus Mountains, okay? There's the Black Sea over here. Here's the Black Sea over here, okay? Constantinople would be over here somewhere. Let me see if I can drag it over. Istanbul, remember, Constantinople was changed. The name was changed from Constantinople after it was overthrown, and it's been Istanbul since. So you got Bulgaria, Romania, you go all the way around, okay? You got Georgia over here, the Caucasus Mountains. That's in the same area as Khazaria. So you see the connection to the ancient Romans? hidden right before the face. Now, there's a scripture that deals with that, but I wanted y'all to see that connection there of what that was called. What that was called, that ancient. So you see how things are hidden by playing with words, playing with language, changing vibrations, so as to hide things. Khazaria, Caesarea, same thing, same peoples. This is why the ancient Khazars were such good fighters. They were part of these Romans that were, overthrown. Part of them that were overthrown. And now the Constantinople it lasted longer than apparently, or according to some historical documents, Khazaria was they adopted Judaism in the 700s. Well, Constantinople was still there, but how did that? What happened there? Could it be that? And this is just speculation. So I keep it 100, y'all. I don't present it as fact if I don't know it. But here's the thing: when you look at where Rome is and where Greece is, Greco-Romans, okay? What did he say? My children, have you sold into the Grecians that you may remove them far from their border? That's Joel chapter 3. Okay? So all of this was the Roman Empire at one time, but then they were slowly overthrown. So, I mean, could it be that there was a migration that occurred that ended up creating this kingdom called Khazaria that was huge? Russia, Khazar, Kiev, all of these places over here. This is like Russia now, modern day Russia. Kiev, I think, is what's the place that's fighting right now? Russia and why am I missing it? Ukraine. Kiev is like the capital of Ukraine now. But all of those are places where the ancient Romans could have gone to. Okay, just wanted to share that, and just thought it was interesting. Just thought it was interesting when you look at that wordplay. Just thought that was very, very interesting. So, what else did I want to share with that? Sandy said, "Don't mention the Khazars." It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, if you look at Bibi Netanyahu right now, picture him not wearing a suit. Picture him wearing a toga with a wreath around his head. He looks like a Roman. That's one of the first things I noticed about him when I started seeing him on television. I'm like, he looks like a Roman. It is what it is. So I just thought that y'all would get a kick out of that. It's the same vibration. That's all I wanted to share with y'all. I'm not making any claims one way or the other. I'm just showing you what's right in front of your face. The vibration. The vibration is the same. You change Caesar and give it an S sound instead of a C sound, a hard C or a K, like cat. It would be like saying, instead of saying cat, you say sat. Was it originally called Caesar, or was it called Kaiser? Why call a Russian? So it's just a whole lot of wordplay, y'all. Whole lot of wordplay. So looks like a duck. Is that a duck? Maze tracks. So that's all I wanted to share, y'all. Y'all can make what you will of that. That's the ancient, and there is some scripture to support that. Let me find that real quick, and then we'll get off here, because y'all know I like to do scripture. So let me find the scripture that supports that, because that was part of prophecy too. Let's see. It was from Revelation. No, that's not it. I think it's the 13th chapter. Let's see. I do believe it's the 13th chapter. So let me go there really quick, and we'll get ready to wrap this up, family. This has been a good live tonight. I appreciate having you guys' energy here. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. I think that's the evidence right there. Let's go to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Let's bring this up on the screen so I can get my 100% credit for not reading something that y'all can't see on the screen tonight. All right, so Revelation, the 13th chapter. This will be it, family. We'll wrap it up after this. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns. And I've never been able, I haven't to this date broken down what that math is and that, y'all, the numerology of those 10s and what those actually were. There's some other people that speculate with it. I don't happen to know it, so I don't try to spit it like I know it. I'm just reading at this point. But anyway, and upon his head, his horns, let me read it over again. And I stood upon the stand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto this beast? Or who is like unto the beast? Who was able to make war with him? I'm going to stop right there. Verse 3 says, And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. The Roman Empire's back was broken in the late 1400s. That was like the end for Constantinople. But really, the real power was when the Western Roman Empire fell in the 400s or in the 5th century. So he said, I saw one of his heads, and it was wounded, as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Not sure what that numerology is there. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, aka families, and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. There was another one that said, I saw the beast rise up out of the sea. And one of the narratives I heard with that had to do with the ocean and how the same energy dominated the seas. You go from the Spanish to the French to the English, how they dominated the seas. When you talk about who was able to make war with him, you look at the modern Roman Empire and this machine that went from the ancient Romans to the French, the Spanish, all of these. Now, when these nations I'm naming that were empires, I think the first one may have been the French, or was it the Spanish? I can't remember in world history now. But at one time, the French dominated, and then I think the Spanish dominated a portion of it, and then the Spanish were defeated by the English, and then the English ran the seas for the most part, and then of course out of England came America, so or the United States, I should say, and then but who could make war with that machine? What is the one thing, the one common denominator? At the top, you had the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church was the one commonality between all of these different flavors of the same empire. There's a reason why they called it the Roman Catholic Church. They didn't call it the Greek Catholic Church. It was the Roman Catholic Church. So the Pope gave power to all of these different, the dragon, man, sometimes this stuff comes to you if you just talk. Watch this. He said they worshiped the dragon that gave power to the beast, right? And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Who's the dragon? Watch this. A friend of mine sent this to me. A friend of mine sent this to me some years ago. He said, look at this. I'm going to show y'all something here. Let's see. What is that called? What is it? Okay. I want y'all to see this. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. The dragon gave power to the beast. If the beast, what is a beast? A beast is like this animal, this raving animal that cannot be contained, it cannot be tamed. And it said the dragon gave the power to the beast. Watch this. Any military power in that old world that wanted to do anything, it had to be sanctioned by who? The Roman Catholic Church. Who's the head of the Roman Catholic Church at that? The Pope. Okay. The Pope, a lot of people said, I remember hearing somebody say the Pope apologized for sanctioning slavery. Slavery couldn't have happened worldwide unless it was sanctioned by the church, right? Watch this. The beast, it says the dragon gave power to the beast. Dragon, serpent. This is the friend of mine sent this to me years ago. But look at the top of this building and how it is shaped like the head of a snake, right? Same shape as the head of a snake. Now watch this. Let's close this. And this is the view from the inside right here. Are you serious right now? This is what you're gonna do to me? Okay, fine. I'll get a different one. You see that? How it looks like it's got snake eyes and it goes in like that. That's like the little convention center there. Let me see if I can't zoom in on this. Now look at what's at the front. Hang on. Let me get it. Let me get a better image for y'all. Hang on. There it is. That's inside the Vatican audience hall right there. What is that, y'all? What is that? What is that? I mean, it looks kind of serpentine to me. I'm just saying. Could that be the dragon that gave the power to the beast? That's right there in the scripture, y'all. It's right there in the scripture. Y'all can look this stuff up for yourselves. Just a little bonus material. Yeah, Tora girl. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. Mace Trek said, blessings, Matt. Great lesson tonight. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Tonight, high voltage. Thank you, brother. Peace out. Thank you. I appreciate it, Mace Trex. Sandy, yeah, it's wicked. It's wicked. Mace Trex says that ish looks evil. It's right there. It's right there. So when we go back to the scripture, all right. Who was it? Verse 4, and they worshiped the dragon, worshiped, church, worship. They worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. The beast. The beast was defeated in the 5th century. That was the wound, but his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. Who was able to make war with him? Who has been able to make war with any power that has been sanctioned by the church since its institution. And it moves. The energy moves. It went from France to Spain to England to now America. Who's able to make war with them? These were powers that dominated their respective eras. Who was able to make war with them? Yeah, this scripture is so real. It is so real, y'all. And this is why I always say that the Bible is not a religious book. It is a spiritual book that was hijacked by the religious establishment. This stuff was written. This stuff was written. They say that just got refurbished this week too. Interesting. Interesting, Lady Dagger status. You be on top of it. You be on top of it. Religion was a drug. I'm glad I'm out of that. You don't need religion. All you need is the word and the song. Both of which are high vibrational. I did a video a year ago, 2 years ago, titled "Is this the end of organized religion?" And it said yes, but don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What is the baby? The bathwater, the dirty cold bathwater is the structure. Do this, or you're going to hell. The low vibrational part. The high vibrational part is understanding the word. Understanding that the word is spiritual and it gives life. Spirit is life. Spirit is breath. If you have no breath, you don't have life. If you have no spirit, you don't have life. What did the Messiah tell the Samaritan, aka Sumerian woman? He said, "You know not what you worship." He said, "But the hour comes and now is where the true worshipers will worship in spirit and truth." He said, God is the spirit, and they who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth, not in religious practice. A lot of this stuff coming to light. It's coming to light here in 2024. This year 8 energy, y'all. So this stuff is out here. I'm not making any of this stuff up. You can find it on your own. You can find it on your own. It's right there. All you got to do is have eyes to see and ears to hear. He said, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." Why? Because you have rejected knowledge. That's the part that they don't continue when they're reading the scripture. They read that scripture, that Hosea, I believe it's Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They stop there, but you got to keep going. Why? Because you have rejected knowledge. And because you rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. There shall be no priest to me, seeing that you have forgotten the law of your God. I will also forget your children. What law? Universal law. Y'all stop with these man handwritten. Those were instructions. I keep saying that over and over again. You forget the universal law. You reap what you sow. That's universal law. He who diggeth the pit will fall in it, and he who rolleth the stone, it will return again into him. That's universal law. These powers, these deceivers had the children of Israel, the children of Judah, digging pits for each other because they understood universal law. So they said, hey, if universal law says if you dig a pit, you'll fall in it, well, let's deceive them into digging pits for each other. Then we'll just watch them fall and take their stuff. That's how it worked, y'all. Your enemies sometimes understand universal law better than you do. That's why he says, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. What? The universal law. All right, y'all. Let me get off of here because I'm going to mess around and this will be another hour. And y'all know, man, I love chopping this up and breaking it up. Let me read some final comments here, y'all. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Let's see. She said, I remember that video. Thank you, Lady Dagger Status. Sandy said, Matt, it's wild with how this part of the show coincides with my trip in San Antonio, all the way to the Snake Building. Wow. Yesterday, I was on a street called Culebra, right, which means snake. I got Nazi vibes. I don't know what that means, what the Nazi vibes are. Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you. Lady Dagger Status says, I wonder if some in Catholic religion know about this statue in the building. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I met some extremely high vibrational people that are professed Catholics. A lot of times you just don't know, man. This is why I tell people, this is the exact reason why the Messiah left the instruction that said, you will know if a tree by its fruits. And then it started talking about what the fruits of the spirit are versus what the works of the flesh are. Stop. This is why I tell people, I don't consider myself religious, but I don't bash anybody who still goes to church or considers themselves religious, if the fruits that they're giving off, if they're high vibrational people, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. There are high vibrational people in church. There are low vibrational people that don't go to church that call themselves spiritual, and vice versa, and vice versa. So you have to judge the tree by its fruit. You cannot say you're eating oranges from a date tree. A date tree does not produce oranges. If it's a date tree, you got dates on it. If it's an olive tree, it's got olives on it. So you have to look at the body of work. You have to look at the energy being given off by the individual. All right. What are they doing? Are they in high vibrational energy or low vibrational energy? It's that simple. Maze Track said, "You on the right path, Sandy, the narrow road." That's right. That's right. That's right. And then what that means, really, I mean, a lot of people, I've seen pastors take that out of context. Broad is the path that leads to destruction, but straight and narrow is the path that leads to righteousness, and few there'll be that find it. If you really understand what that means, it means that narrow, straight, meaning it's like there's really only one way to do, like, right. The right thing is only like the right thing is the right thing. In other words, when it says broad is the path that leads to destruction, you got so many different choices of doing things that are low vibrational. But when you're talking about truth, there's one truth. That's really one way to look at it. Straight and narrow is the path. That's truth. Truth is the straight and narrow path. There's a plethora of lies, but the truth is the narrow path. The truth is the narrow path. And some people don't want to deal with truth. It don't have anything to do with religion. It don't have anything to do with projecting. Sometimes people project on people and say, "Hey, you ain't doing this." That's my problem with some of the brothers that know the scripture, but they on the corner with the bullhorns. They're no different than the same quote unquote Christian people that they're bashing with the bullhorns. Because you're trying to control another man and tell him what he needs to be doing. Everybody knows what they need to be doing within their own hearts. It ain't for you to tell somebody else what they need to be doing. There's universal truth. There's one truth. And guess what? If you are destined to be on the path of truth, you'll get there. You'll get there. People talk about the Apostle Paul. Paul did what he did until he got to where he was. Y'all check out that Denzel. Video that's dropping tomorrow, because there's a theme that he says in that movie that I talk about in there. And I'll say that, bro. I'll give you a sneak preview. He says, "I am where I'm supposed to be." So you're always where you're supposed to be. But yeah, it ain't for us to browbeat nobody. I mean, it says that in 31st chapter of Jeremiah, verses 33 through 34. He said, no man's gonna have to tell any man know the Lord, because you all gonna know me from the least to greatest. He said, I'm gonna write my law, universal law, my instructions, what I tell you to do, in your inward parts. Really, he said, when he said I'm gonna write my law in your inward parts, he's talking about universal law. He's not talking about thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. That's not part of it. This is the universal law. Don't do something to somebody that you don't want done to you. You know right from wrong when you conceive it in your mind. He said that stood out in that movie. Lady Dagger status, you in my head. We vibing, man. You in my head right now. Wow. Y'all check that out. So listen, family, I'm coming up on 3 hours. This might be the longest video live I've done. So I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up, family. Listen, I love y'all, man. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. Y'all know that. If you're new to the channel, this is live. I don't typically do 3-hour on-demand videos, but I just enjoy talking to y'all. That's why these lives end up being 3 hours, and they never feel like I look up at the clock and I'll be like, dang, I've been talking that long. So anyway, y'all, if you're new to the channel and you like being inspired, entertained, motivated, uplifted, all right, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn the notification bell to all, so you'll know that when I'm going live. You'll know when I post a new community post. You'll know when I drop a new on-demand video. Okay. And last but not least, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on this video on your way out. I'd greatly appreciate it. She said, "We come here knowing the Creator." We sure do. It's the world that makes us forget. You are so absolutely right. Sandy said 3 hours. Yeah, it's been about 3 hours. It's 3 hours. Yep. Lady Daggerstad said, yes, great point, Sandy. 3 hours of knowledge, man. I appreciate you, Maze Tracks. Appreciate you. So, man, I love y'all so much. I virtual hug to everybody in this live chat right now. I love all you guys so much. And if you're watching this video on demand and you made it this far, thank you. I love you too. Y'all stay positive, man. Stay high vibrational. And remember, as I've said in other videos, use the eye test. What do your eyes tell you? What do you see? But not just what do you see, what do you know? What do you know? What I always call faith. Faith is inner knowing, sight unseen. I don't have to see it. I know it. I don't care what you're showing me. I know what I know. That's faith. All right. The Bible says without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. He wants you to know. Why? Because he knows the deceiver, if you go on by what you see or what you hear, the deceiver can get you. But when you're tuned in and tapped in, I don't care what you're seeing, what you're showing me. I already know. I know how this outcome is. This is why I'm here talking to y'all 11 years after, was it 11? No, it's been, 12? Yeah, 12. No, this month, January. Yeah. This is 2024. This is why I'm here 13 years after being diagnosed with a rare form of the C word. Because I had inner knowing sight unseen. I have inner knowing sight unseen that I was going to come through it, and that I had to go through that for a reason. Inner knowing sight unseen. Forget what somebody's telling you if it goes against what you know internally. Forget what somebody's showing you if it goes against what you know internally. My battery's about to go out, y'all. So I love y'all. I'm about to bounce on y'all. Love y'all, man. I hate to let go, but I got to go for now. Y'all check my video out tomorrow, and keep in mind, Sunday night, I'm gonna take some volunteers on Sunday night. Okay. Anybody that wants to, I'll show you the exercise, but I'll do maybe 3 or 4, time permitting, live readings. I'm gonna see if I can get my girl Anya from Anya's Intuitive to come on and collaborate, and I'll do a live of her name numerology and show you how that applies, and then show you how I've done about 8 of them now, and none of them have failed. So if anything, this is going to help you to know who you are. When you know who you are, you know how you move, and it just gives you a better understanding of your place in this world, and helps you to move easier. That's all about knowledge. That's all knowledge of self is about. Understanding and remembering who you are so that you can move easier through your assignments. Okay, whatever you came to this planet to do. So y'all make sure y'all are on Sunday evening. Watch my community tab to know what time I'm gonna be going live, and then keep your notifications turned on. That's gonna be a fun one. Y'all are not gonna want to miss it. I've never done a live personal numerology reading on the channel. I'm gonna be doing it, and anybody that wants this done, I'm not gonna say everybody, because I'll probably do maybe 3 or 4 of them after doing Anya. So if she'll get on, I got to talk to her and make sure she's gonna be free. But that's my homegirl, y'all. So my soul sister. So don't miss Sunday. Don't miss Sunday's live. I will chat with y'all later, family. I love y'all. Peace.